Righty. Are back. Once again, back to streaming. What is rising? All right. 2026. What's up, Ducky? How you doing, man? Oh, look, it's Timber. Hi, Timber. Hey, buddy. How's it going, man? Back at it. What I'm doing. Feels crazy. Okay. Back here. Knife's here. What's up, man? Long time no see. Alright. Everybody have a good Christmas, good New Year's, all the stuff, you know? I hope at least. Old holidays. Been busy, I know the feeling. Yeah, I don't know how I would have fit streaming in the last 2 weeks. We were in and out of town. My son got hand, foot, and mouth. So he was super sick. Luckily not horribly, but we've been stuck in the house for the last week now, but sarcastic, serious Logan, welcome in. A thief. Happy 2026, welcome. Been so long since I've got a stream. Hope you're doing awesome. Doing great. We haven't streamed in like 2 weeks too, so that doesn't help. But we're back now. It was a good break. Let me get ahead on this build that I'm working on for the winter build competition, which has been a lot of fun. It's kind of nice to get back to just like building. As much as I do really enjoy, I miss the chat interactions and stuff, but it was kind of nice to just like sit back for 2 weeks and just build for an hour, go do other stuff, come back, build for an hour, take a little time. Relaxing. Very relaxing. What's up, Crimson? Welcome in. You're doing good. With school, I haven't watched in a few months. I also didn't play much either. Yeah, I've been there. I have been there. Especially with school. Now that I have a job and stuff, you know, it's a little easy. Life's a little more consistent, I guess, but I also have a 2-year-old, which makes it not consistent, so. Oh, you won. Your treat, Timber? Okay. Just waiting for all my goodies to get here. I ordered a wireless mic, or a wireless headset, because I'm tired of this stupid little wire. That way I can move around without without unplugging my headset constantly, because I have just enough room currently with my setup to, if I move my head back a foot, I unplug it constantly, and it's the worst thing in the world. It's also starting to fall apart, so. Got that coming. That should get here tomorrow. I just got a controller for my PC, because I want to make well, part of the winter build competition is making a video. You don't have to make a video, but that is a competition, so I'm like, well, I might as well make a video. And annoyingly, you can't walk in this game without a controller. So like on keyboard and mouse, you can only like walk like a full speed. There's no half speed, whereas on a controller you can kind of just push the trigger forward, or the joystick forward just enough that you walk forward really slowly, and you can control it. So it makes it a lot better for making videos. So I got a controller as well with some of my Christmas money. Anyone else patiently waiting for this gosh darn update? We should hear about the update on the 8th. Now, my guess is that we're gonna hear about the update on the 8th, and it's either gonna work 2 ways. On the 8th, after, I think it's like New Game Plus is the whatever it's called, I don't know, the event. There's New Game Plus is the event, and then there's going to be something about the Grounded 2 update, and they will either immediately after that goes live, then we will get the public test servers, or the public test beta, whatever, the PTB. So I'm hoping that's how it works. But it's also very likely that we hear about the update and then we get the public test beta in like 2 weeks, or like early, like 1st of February or something like that. So I'm thinking we're either going to be able to play in 2 weeks, or we're going to be able to play in a little longer than that. But yeah, it probably won't be out fully until the end of February. But if we get the public test beta, I almost... if we get it the 8th, I struggle because I feel like as a content creator, I should play the public test beta because I could get so many viewers playing, but I also am in the middle of this competition that I think is exponentially more important for me at this moment in time with Enshrouded, because I want to get my name in this game. The 5 winners of the winter build competition get their name put in the game. So I'm like, I want to be immortalized in a game forever. I think that'd be dope. And I think like winning the competition, because like Chisel Chip won the competition and now he's a judge for the competition. So I'm like, I make content. The other 2 judges, one of them runs a resource world. The other one's a funny. She's a very entertaining person, but she doesn't really build as much, or at least not like we do. So I'm like, it could open up a lot of doors, especially with Enshrouded being in early access. So yeah, focus on this. I agree. I mean, how often do you get your name immortalized or how often do you get your name immortalized in a game? There's just not an opportunity very often. So I think it'll be fun. Can't wait to play the update. I haven't been playing Grounded at all and really need to get back into it. Yeah, I haven't touched it at all either. For Christmas, I got a race car wheel shifter and pedals. Ooh, nice. Everyone else get good stuff? It was a really chill Christmas for us. We didn't do hardly anything. I just got a bit of money, so I bought the controller and a headset, which is a bonus. I really needed a headset, and this one's not bad, but it's like 6 or 7 years old now, so it's about time. I'm excited for it. I'm going to put all your guys' names in my games as helpers. Let's go. Yeah, I saw Ducky's got Enshrouded as well. Be excited. But yeah, let's get in here. Just at my normal base right now. Program per analog keys on a keyboard. Yeah, the controller works easy. I've also wanted a controller for a while, so it's out. Christmas was super laid back, but I got a really nice new gaming chair. Dude, that sounds so nice right now. My gaming chair is poo. It's not a gaming chair. It's just an office chair. It doesn't suck, but it's not great. Might as well turn it on since Ducky's saving his. Take advantage of the timber cam while he's up here, because he's not going to last long. I know him. Play Terraria more than it. Yeah. Enshrouded's one of those you really just want to build. It's just such a good building game. I just have so much fun building. I really enjoy building in Grounded too, but I don't know. There's just something so fun about building in this game. I like that they're doing build competitions too. Enshrouded comes out in 1.0 at some point in 2026. I don't think we're like super far off, but we're probably another 4 to 6 months, I would assume, with all the quality of life stuff they want to add. So you do get creative, but for me, creative, like the resource worlds, is creative. Like what else do you get from creative in this game that you don't get normally? Have you ever messed around in Minecraft mega builds? I feel like you would go crazy. I played Minecraft for a really, really long time. I started playing Minecraft when it was in beta. I played for a long time. I played Tekkit and Technic packs. I used to actually, unfortunately the videos aren't there anymore, but I used to do Let's Play videos with my college roommate. So we used to do funny Minecraft videos. And I'm really sad that those aren't currently available anymore. Because they were so stupid and ridiculous, but not having to do the story. I mean, flying for me is nice, but since you can just do this, like, it doesn't add enough for me to be like, I need it. Because with a resource world, you get all the items for free. You can skip through the quests because they're not important if you can get the items. So it's almost the same. Now, grounded creative is exponentially different. Your bone. That is prime stuff right there, dude. That's the best of the best. That is grass-fed beef from down the road from my parents' house. I've played Minecraft for so long. I've been good at building for a while, but I've been sprinkling in a bit of mega building, and it's a whole new level. Yeah, I really liked it, but in terms of like content, there's just too many insane builders that have insane hardcore worlds that I'm just like not interested in competing with. And for me, Enshrouded is what I always wanted Minecraft to be. Like, at the end of the day, it's not some crazy, like, it's very similar. It has a lot of the stuff that I feel like Minecraft just didn't have. I'm messing with I'm a little loud. Yeah, I just feel like Minecraft was too... It's old. It's not what it used to be for me. I played it so much that it's like, I don't necessarily enjoy playing it as much anymore. It hasn't evolved into something that I'm like really excited about playing. So, I don't know. We'll see. What's up, chap? How's it going? New year, new me. Starting a weekly Minecraft vid. I play for a week and make it into a vid for that week. That's awesome, man. That's very cool. I just enjoy new games. It's like, I've played so many, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of Minecraft that it's gotten to the point where the art style isn't quite good enough. It's still Minecraft. It's so blocky. Whereas, like, this is Minecraft, but elevated. I like the terrain and terraforming way more. Just has all the things that I wish Minecraft had. The props are way more fun to place than playing just Minecraft stuff, so... Who knows? I enjoyed Minecraft, but move on at some point. I did, chap. I did enjoy the holidays. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Go, not here. Go on your bed. Get your bone and go lay down. You're just a defiant little stinker, aren't you? And big reason I play Minecraft so much is because I play with my two friends. It does get boring or old sometimes, yeah. I think that's what I enjoyed most is when I was playing with my friends, but none of them have played Minecraft in 10 years, so at this point it's like, eh. Doesn't hit like it used to. We all have to move on at some point from games. It's cool that Minecraft is forever, but if I was making content back in the day, maybe it would have more of an impact, but for me it's just not as fun as it once was. Especially when there's games like this out. Like, I just have so much fun in this. Alright. So, who's excited to see my winter build? I'm excited. It's turning out so freaking cool. There's some cool builds that have been submitted already, but I have a feeling there's a lot of builds that have not been submitted, because we still have a month. I mean, this is due on February 4th, so we have a long time to work on this. A lot of time. But I'm very excited to show it off. It's been a fun little month to just kind of build and work on it. So, you start off inside a water flame altar. This is not fully done yet. This upper area will be like a little detailed out area. I'm just messing with stuff here. None of this is 100% yet. This is not done either. But what we have built is starting to turn out really cool. I showed a couple pictures in the Discord, but we have this like floating dual spiral staircase that it took me ages to build and get it perfected, with a water source that comes all the way from the top, where we spawned in with the flame altar, comes down through the center, and then it has two spiral staircases kind of matching how this is going up the tower itself. Don't mind the blocks with this. This is just my building platform right now. And the idea behind this is it's like an arcane or magical water tower of some kind. I have more lore that I'll release with the video and everything. But essentially, the 4 cardinal directions of this cave that worked out perfectly. So there's north would be the Howling Peaks or the snowy biome. West is to the Vale Water. South is the Springlands and kind of the whatever, the Blackmire. And then to the east you have the Kindle Wastes. And so the idea being that water being the central theme, this tower provides water like in the sense of water is like a purifying element. It's something that washes away. So it kind of works along. What's up, Joe? Perfect timing. We're showing off the build right now. Or as much as we have done of it at the moment. So these are not normally here. I just kept falling in the water and it was driving me nuts. But if you remove these, which we can do real quick so you get the full effect. But it was really nice to get like a ton of progress done off stream to really focus on the design of it in general and then get to show it off and build a little bit of it on stream as well. Just wanted to have as much done as possible before revealing it so we didn't have people like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to take that and go crazy because I have no life. But being each one of these doorways is facing the direction of that biome specifically. So you get the Kindle Wastes are represented by the orange symbol, the Springlands and Blackmire by the green symbol, the blue symbols for the Vale Water, and the white symbol is for the snowy or Albanese Summits biome. And this comes down, water comes all the way down from the top, floods through these rifts that have been ripped through the ice. It kind of plays a cool role because ice is water, so I wanted to kind of combine the two elements. Gotta head out, unfortunately. I hope you have a great rest of the stream. Sounds good, Logan. Appreciate you stopping by, hanging out for a little bit. But I'm absolutely in love with how this is turning out. This ice cave looks cooler, of course, when there's not my build platform with all the lighting and stuff. It's a little more eerie. Timmy DS May of older WoW style buildings and concepts. Oh, interesting. Reminds you? Oh, reminds you of older WoW style buildings and concepts. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I haven't really messed with it with WoW at all, so I'll have to look it up because I'm gonna have a lot of fun of it. You might win. Good luck. Thank you. That's the goal. I don't have to win. I just have to get top 5. I want to get my name in this game. I'm super jealous of Chisel Chip. He's a really good builder, and I feel like I'm a really good builder. And I really, really want to be immortalized in this game because I think it's one of my favorite building games of all time. So we have the 4 doors that perfectly line up with everything. The spiral staircase with the water going down, which is turning out like so freaking good. This took me literally days. These stairs were the most frustrating thing I have ever built in my life because I built one side, but then my perfectionist had to have them match as perfectly as possible. And so to get them to match up near perfect was a nightmare. And I cannot tell you how many times I've accidentally picked up a step and then I have to replace everything above that. It's the most frustrating thing in the universe. I'm seeing everyone's stuff and I'm like, wow, I need to step up my build. I've only seen the bit of yours and yours was pretty cool. It was a pretty sick build so far. Yeah, so we have these dual staircases, spiral staircases that took me ages to place every single one of these. This was such a process, but the effect is so worth it. And then you have the water, of course, coming all the way down the whole thing. But they're like 2 perfectly symmetrical staircases on both sides. So then they wind up the tower the whole way. And then, of course, the tower itself has a ton of work to do still. I have so much detailing to do on this tower, but I'm taking it really slow. I'm trying to build as cool as humanly possible at every step of this, so I want the details to be extravagant, to say the least. So this is sort of the one side that I've finished. Really, really happy with how this worked out. Took me so long to get this placed properly, but I wanted windows so you could see the spiral staircases, and then so you could see these spiral staircases and stuff, but you also could see the water coming down throughout the whole thing, so it created like a nice effect since water is the focus. But this is kind of the aesthetic that we're messing with on the outside, and then there's going to be a similar styling to what we did with the fountain staircase sort of thing on my main mega build. We'll have a similar kind of roof effect. I had some more stuff built here. I've been testing out ideas, but I've been sort of deleting things as we go. I think we're sort of messing with this idea all the way up. I want the blue to kind of show, but I'm messing with how much of the blue should show. The luminescent is a cool effect, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming because I still want water to be the main focus of it all. But we'll build this side out, then we got to match these sides, and then we kind of have to find a similar aesthetic, because these are the where the staircases come in and enter. There's the So this is the rough idea for the sides, and then when you get to the top, everything you see here is going to be this like ice top. So the flame altar is what's right here. Don't know if Joe saw that specifically. But when you spawn in the flame altar with water coming around you, and that's because the water and the flame being fire and the flameborn, that sort of fire and ice, fire and water are opposites, but they both offer this like cleansing power to them. So this was sort of a research tower, like a magical research tower, where they studied water, and the flame altar here, the flame of this altar is what melts what this is going to be, is like a spike. I don't really know, a triangular sort of ice spike that is up above this thing. And then that is what is the flame altar is melting this everlasting ice source to supply the water to all of Embervale. So we have a ton of detailing to do, of course, but I've having a lot of fun with it. Little by little, I'm being extra particular about everything. And then we're also working with the unfortunate side of having a limit to your flame altar size, is that we don't have a whole lot of room to work with on the other side of these. I do plan on, at some point, once the competition's done, I'll enlarge my, we'll fully upgrade the flame altar so it's bigger, and we'll build all this out further, of course, but this is going to look like, the idea being this water goes directly to the Kindle wastes, being this direction. So then we'll build out a Kindle waste style environment behind this, and then same thing goes with the Springlands, the greener areas, the Albanese summits. Like, we've got a little bit, so I'm kind of starting to build out foliage and snow and just messing with the terrain stuff here as well. And then we also have to finish the backsides of these doors, but working out. I want these to feel like, as you walk past this thing, and it feels like you're in the Vale Water Basin, essentially, as much as possible. Then I've just been messing with the patterning, the designs, like the arched window, the arched doorways, the like stained glass effect. Just trying to make as many crazy concepts as I possibly can. Because I saw the so far the one, there's the heart blood hall or something like that, is a pretty good cool build. That one's like a castle that has like half flooded, essentially, I guess is the easiest way to describe it. That one's pretty cool. And then the, what is it, the like sunken sewers or something sewers build is a really cool one, where the person like created these like test tubes with armor dummies, and it looks like this crazy laboratory using water to make the test tubes, and it's like a secret laboratory in a sewer system almost, and that one looks really, really cool. Those ones are the big competition right now, so I gotta make sure my detailing and stuff is up to par with those two for sure. We have a long ways to go. Luckily, the location I picked is like so much detail already, which I'm super happy about. Just being in this ice cave, you don't really get the full effect seeing this whole thing, but when you look up, also part of my concept is that this, as you can see, the water comes down and sort of also collects the water and stuff as well. But those ones are good competition. If those are ones that are already submitted, I have a feeling we're going to see some more that are probably even better than those in the long run with how much time we have left. I know Joe's going to be some serious competition, so we got some work to do. There's a lot of detailing that we've done so far, but the thing has to be epic in all the best ways. We can win together. I'd be so happy if we both won, dude. That'd be so fun. Hardest part is my tower isn't very big because I didn't want this to feel like this massive, just chunky tower. So it took me so long to figure out the proportions of this thing. That was like the hardest part, was like planning this build out. But now with this small tower that I've created, there's just so little room. So like everything is like, how do I make the most detail in the smallest spaces? Because like this is the upper area that we have to work with, and this is all gonna like taper in as well. So like my actual interior space is like non-existent, which I'm hoping works out. I'm hoping we can do enough detail on the outside and that the concept's good enough that the interior is enough to be sold with like just the cool details. Because I mean, there's a lot of little hidden stuff that you don't really see at first glance here. But there's some cool little detailing here where you can see through these little pieces. I've used coffin lids to fill in the sides of these things. Of course, some of them I have to go back and fix, of course. But it's coming together. It's been a lot of work. Working with these fine hand railings is like the coolest thing ever, but also it is a process. It is such a process to place these things properly and like have everything work out. And then you accidentally remove the wrong one and you want to cry. Hand railings are looking good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. And like the layering of details, like where you can see some of these pieces through here, so it looks kind of old and it's not like super consistent for some reason. I can't really figure out why, which I'm totally fine with, because it creates that like ancient effect. Yours is requiring human sacrifice to supply water. I was wondering what those dudes like holding the gurney did. I saw that and I'm like, I am so confused at what they're doing, but it looks incredible. So what do you win if you win? One, you get your name in the, of course it's like, right? Yeah, we'll go show it. One, you get your name in the game. So you're in the hall of the event honor hall. You get your name in there, which we can go see. So you get your name in that forever. So you're immortalized in the game for life, which is so cool. And then you also win like €100. I'm pretty sure it's €100 gift card. So you win some money, you get your name in the game, which is what I care about more so. But they do have some cool merch. Chisel Chip was showing off some of the merch they have. They have one of the boss, the like fell, what is he called? The fell giant or something like that, or one of the fell guys. Which is pretty cool. You get like a little figurine thing of that. You could get that. They have some like shirts and stuff. I think they had a mouse pad, which was pretty cool. They had some cool stuff. But luckily, it's not one winner. There's 5 winners. So there's a couple chances. There'll be more than one winner, which I think is pretty cool. The underwater Japanese build. Oh, that one's a really good one, too. I forgot I saw that. The underwater Japanese build thing is pretty cool as well. I love how different everyone's concepts are. I think that's one of the really cool things that I'm really enjoying. Like, you have like sewers, you have the underwater like Japanese pagoda build. You have like a half flooded castle. Someone built a resort sort of thing, for lack of better words, like a tropical kind of resort. That's kind of cool. There's some cool concepts out there. Been really fun to see. But I could see the underwater Japanese one being one of the winners. It's hard to know because there's so few submissions right now. We could get a lot more submissions really fast. It's the entrance. Remember, if you want to visit, we can do that. I just have set it up as a visitor. Yeah, that would be awesome. Why is this not the event hall? The event hall. Other side of the mountain. A bit lower. It's like they. Ember, go lay down, buddy. I go through this ice cave to... Is that an ice cave? Not even a cave. Submit a dirt block, call it modern art, and win. Hard to win with dirt because the theme's water. We'll say that would make it difficult to win. Remember how to get to this event. And naturally, I deleted all of my flame shrines to upgrade this stuff and get it where I wanted. Want to visit today or another time? It's kind of whatever. We could visit today if you want to. I don't mind that. If you want to show it off, it's up to you. If you really want to show it off on stream, I can also do it, like, check it out off stream. But if you want to show it off, we could do it for sure. I don't hate seeing what other people are building. It gives me a much better idea of how much further I need to push this build. I think I have a really cool concept, and I think I can make a cool video, but there's some other builds that are really cool. It'll be a tough competition. Just hoping the amount of ridiculous prop placement that I've done takes me over the edge. There it is. Made a block of water, call it modern art. The nice thing is that there's Enshrouded players voting for it, so they won't just do it. Wait, is this? Did you see that bees are coming back to ground into wasps? It's even worse. Bees are already in the game. It's wasps that are coming back. Horrifying. Where is this? I hate how... No, that was just... I wish they had, like, just a teleport. They should just make a teleport to this. I don't have to find it. Oh, wasp. W-A-S-P. Here it is. There we go. I don't know why I thought that flame shrine was it. Yeah, so this is the event hall for people who won the competitions. Seen a clock? That's interesting. You haven't seen a clock? I've seen not water, I guess. Actually, there's someone, Triple D Designs. Triple D Designs is building, it's not for the competition, but it's for just like a resource world. It's the resource mall or something like that is what he was calling it. But yeah, you get your whole... Right here, like Chisel Chip, these people all got their names in the game forever. Depending on what the builds were and stuff. And then there's also 5 random winners as well. I'm guessing this is probably going to be the water one. Who knows, though? They do it on both sides. I guess actually it would make sense to do that one. That one looks like... Could be any of them. Who knows? Been fun, though. enjoying the concept of building, especially because I didn't have enough time to do the first ones that they did, like too into other stuff at that moment. But yeah, the Triple D Designs has a water clock sort of thing where the water rises up, so you know when the world's resetting, because Resource Worlds reset every hour. But he said he was making a water clock too. But I've seen a few people make clock towers and just like make a clock face, but haven't necessarily seen like a water clock or anything that could be. What did he use for the staircase? My staircases, or who specifically? Send you an invite and DM a password, then you can call me in Discord. Yeah, let's do it. We're making golf in Terraria. Sly, were you talking about my staircases? The ones in the building or the ones outside of it? Yours? So these are it's like a table. The Boreal, I think it's Boreal. Yeah. The magnificent granite stone table. And then the ones on the inside are a small castle sideboard that I painstakingly placed for hours. But I think they turned out pretty stinking good. I hope that the judges, I know Chisel Chip will appreciate how much work was put into these. It's hard to know if the other people, I know Glitch has done a decent amount of building. I'm not sure how much Honey has done in terms of building. So it's hard to know like how much they know effort-wise is put into something like that. So we got to make this thing frickin' ridiculous. This tower has to be so frickin' cool. It's already a great start. I'm really enjoying the foundations, but the detailing we have to keep going because I'm heavily relying on the fact that this ice cave is so cool as well. So I need it to like. I need the build to also do it because a lot of people have just built massive amounts and detailed out every area of the entire flame altar. So I have a lot of open space that I'm still trying to figure out how I want to like draw this stuff up and make it even more interesting. But that's what we're going to do for the next month, essentially. It's just little detail after little detail. None of this is like 100% set in stone. Like I'm pretty sure I'm going to make these bigger now and change the design because I want this to like read like this design in some of these areas as well, so. Yeah, I will add you on Steam. Timber, go lay down. Panic. Okay. I will add you on Steam real quick. Just invited you. Oh yeah, I forgot because this isn't your server. This is a new one. What's up, Knowledge? Welcome in. Good to see you. Pics of the golf course. Yeah, I saw that. Is invited meet. Timber, go relax. Your build. Not about what? All right, let's go. Oh yeah, I gotta. Let's see. Make sure I have Discord on. There we go. All right. What's up, man?
Hello.
Timber cannot do a high five. He can do a shake. You can even see shake. Not very good. Shake. Shaking.
The sound working?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
All right, I'm excited to see what you've done.
Screen. Okay, there we go.
Holy cow. This is nothing even close to what you had before.
Yeah.
Love it.
So the guys are taking I figured out, I put signs around to like kind of say what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where these guys go.
That's crazy.
And then
Oh,
there's
that's
guys
really
in
cool.
here that are being sacrificed.
Holy cow. What the heck? That looks horrifying. I love that.
Yeah, I went like
Wow.
full nightmare mode.
Yeah, I can tell.
And then in the back of the head here, so the collar holds the head in place so it can't escape.
Uh-huh. Dude, these
And
gums are so creepy. It's horrifying. Wow.
And this goes back up into the bone, which is where it was dormant, which they lured it out of.
Mm-hmm.
And then, let's see. Let's go this way. So out of the bone here, this pipe sucks out the blood.
Oh, interesting. Did you build this all out, or was this here already?
Bones?
Like, yeah, the vertebrae looking thing.
Yeah, I chose this place because the bones were already here.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I was like, I stumbled across it because I wasn't planning to have the bones at all, but it just happened to walk into it.
Oh, I like it. I think that makes a lot of sense. That's kind of why I picked my location. So it was like using their own stuff, not just picking a random location and building out from it, but like using stuff they already made to like accentuate everything. I think it makes for an interesting design.
I knew I wanted it in the desert, but that's all I knew.
Yeah.
This is the water purifying machine here.
All right,
So
I
this
got
is the
some
machine
detailing
shop.
work to do. Holy cow. Yeah, I
And
knew you were going to
blowtorch.
go crazy with this stuff. I knew it was going to be nuts.
These are the furnaces.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Yeah, you're going to have to like make notes so people like actually come and do this.
Yeah,
that's
so
so
I figured out
cool.
I can do this. You actually might like this. So you can use the signs as like a book prop.
Oh, that's really
And
cool.
make it look like you're reading the book.
I like that. Yeah, I wish you could like I was going to try to put some of the lore inside of my tower, but I was like there's only like this is like the max amount of words that you can put on a sign. So I was like, dang it,
Yeah,
I
it's
need
really
so
small.
many signs. I guess that's what the video stuff is for as well.
I keep leaving this open just because I keep having to come in here and get water because I still only have one water source so far.
Yeah, I was trying to decide. I have like 8 water sources right now, and I can't decide if that's like good or bad, or if it even matters.
No, I
This
don't
looks
think it
nuts.
matters. That's why I was like, I need like
Yeah, you have to
strength in my
upgrade.
flame. Yeah.
Luckily, you
This is
can.
the bathhouse. Oh, this is the shade wall.
Yeah, this looks really nice too.
This is the bathhouse.
Ooh, those look so cool turned like that. Oh, I really like that.
You can actually sit. At least you should be able to. And just your feet will go in.
Oh, that's so good. I love it. Well, I got some work to do.
This floor is the
What's the Drac relief things?
yeah
Yeah,
all crisscrossed
those look
across
really
the floor.
cool. I love the use of props, man. Such a good job with that.
Thanks. And this is the still pool for walking around and meditating in. There's a little book here that talks about that.
There it is. I've walked the still pool and am calm. Looks very
There's
nice.
another book over here.
Reese diving in the stepwell. Gee, what's gonna be down here? Ooh. Oh, nice. Secret. That's sick.
And then I figured out, so if you do 2 signs, you can do one flat that has the writing on it, so you can always see it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So the one in the front is the one you're actually reading.
Yeah, that's really nice. Going on an adventure.
I put these, so the green here is that new plant.
The
But
Loomis
if you
growth.
just, yeah, but if you
Yeah.
just poke one hole in the concrete and then put it in, it makes just the specks. It doesn't make the plants.
Yeah, that's really nice. I think I've like accidentally done that before, but I never actually thought of using it in this like very light. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah, I did it on accident.
That's always the best things happen by accident.
So
Dang,
this will be like a
sick.
library learning room.
Nice. Very cool.
And then there's another one over here. That's the meditation room.
These are really arches look.
And the water door is because so like the monster can't go through water.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a way like if you're infected or something, you can go through the door and not die.
Purify yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then this is going to be like an old school throne room, and at the end is going to be a whole bunch of stuff to like kind of come and pray to.
Nice. This is super cool. Oh man, I'm so glad I saw this. I need to get some work done.
There's only one more thing left.
And a month's worth of detailing.
Yeah. So this is a riddle, actually.
Knowledge revealed secret depths.
So there's like a little...
Secret door. Very nice.
So this is where the experiments are going on. And the room has to be flooded so that they can't get infected.
Uh-huh.
And they're trying to grow new offspring so that they can transplant them to new areas.
Ew, these hands. That is so creepy. What are the hands? What even is that? That just one of the like head mounts that has hands?
Yeah, it's the Fell Monstrosity trophy.
Oh, it's so creepy. I love it.
Yeah, so I put little instructions around here.
Yeah. This is real. Oh man, you're gonna make me do so much more work.
The only thing left that I'm working on right now, like building wise, is there's like some farm and some housing up here. Oh, you have to jump when you get to the top of the ladder.
Oh.
Because I realize there's like nowhere for anyone to live up here. And so I have the farm all planted out here underneath, and then I'm building some housing up top here. I just started this.
Nice. It's gonna be super cool.
Pretty excited about it.
As I knew, Joe is big competition. I saw what you first did, and I was like, oh gosh, this is gonna get crazy.
Yeah, I keep adding and adding to it, and I'm like, I gotta like start finishing stuff, so before I keep adding more stuff.
Isn't that the struggle? That's like,
Yeah.
I guess I started with like a really simple concept with just like a tower for water and stuff, like for researching of clarifying water, which is interesting because that's exactly how you're using it, but in such a different concept at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, oh, there's like a little monster, and they kind of just like take its blood, and that's it.
They're like, nope, it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger.
This looks so cool. Oh, I need so much more detailing. That's my biggest concern with my concept is like it's a tower, and it's a cool tower, and it's gonna look epic when I get all the like exterior stuff finished. But like the amount of ins and outs and secret stuff that everyone has in their builds right now is making me go like, all right, we gotta keep going. I'm really glad I'm at the point I'm at with a month left to go, because now I can like continue just every day, add a couple details, a little more story, a little more lore. But this is epic.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure now that there's like enough water involved,
Yeah.
and less like right now it feels like maybe too focused on sacrifice and experiment rather than water.
It's like it's there. Like yours is in the story. It's there. It's just
Yeah.
so hard to get the story. But again, at the same time, like every single person has posted like a lore dump with their submission. So the nice thing is you get to tell the story and then you get to see the story. So you don't have to like worry about it.
Tell as much story. Like I'm obviously gonna have to have like some kind of lore dump, but
yeah,
I'm trying to sprinkle around books and stuff to kind of lead people around and let them find some of the story.
Yeah, I think the exploration part, especially with like Chisel, I don't know the other people as well, like Glitch. I've seen him a bit in Chisel's channel, but I don't necessarily know his level of building and stuff outside of he made the Shroud Depot.
He's one of the guys that worked on the I don't remember if you remember me telling you about the tethered tower people for the wizards and all that stuff, and all of our towers are like linked across our own Shroud universes. Basically, we kind of came up with like a multi-universe story for all of our wizard towers, and he built like a really huge one.
Cool. That's good to hear, because I was like,
I don't know if you finished it, but
yeah,
it is really cool.
That's mega building, right?
Yeah.
Nothing ever totally gets finished.
Yeah. I know it's definitely like a mega build. It's very massive.
Cool. Yeah, I need to step it up even more.
But I like the restriction. It kind of makes you like...
Oh, yeah. You have to be so much more creative with it. That's why
trying to wind things around.
Yeah, like the first... That's why I didn't do the first one, because I had so little built, and it was just like... Everyone who had been building from beta was just, here you go. Here's my build I've been working on for 8 months. You know, like, that's not fair. Like, how am I supposed to compete with someone who's played the game for 1,000 hours when I just started again, like playing again? And this is like, you almost have to start with a new build.
When I found out about it, I was like, I think there was only like 6 days left or something like that.
Yeah.
And
I heard about it, but it was like 2 weeks too. It was like such a short time.
And then it was like, how are people building some of the stuff that they're building? And then I realized they're using like the mod.
Yeah, the Builder's Companion frustrated me too, because I was like, that's so lame. It was like, some people, like, I don't want to play with a mod. I want to play the base game and like push the limits of what we can do, because you don't need a mod. You don't need the extra pieces to build crazy stuff. It's amazing how much cool stuff you could build with just the base game in a resource world.
Yeah, the resource world is what really allows me to do something like this. I would not be anywhere near this.
No, I don't think anyone would be building like we are. I think you could get by with what I've built, but yours, since mine isn't like a crazy amount of blocks or anything at this point, you could probably build mine in survival, but so much of this is like so many. Like, you'd never collect all the stuff for these barrels and stuff. It's so expensive.
Yeah, all of the machine stuff is so expensive.
Yeah.
And the books.
Right? Yeah, you'd have to go collect 1,000 books. That was why I was like, yeah, I totally avoided that one. And then I was like super deep into Grounded when the Halloween stuff came out. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do that one, because I was just like, oh, I don't really care. I'm not really... I thought Enshrouded was cool at that point, but it just didn't quite have as much as it does now. This one's been... I really like the restrictions and everything that they've... Feels like this build competition is much more inviting for every player level.
Because the last two, were kind of like test runs, I think.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, oh, people need more time. And
yeah, the amount of time they gave us for this one is like, you can just make it so detailed, and you don't have to be like, oh, well, that guy won because he doesn't have a job or a family. It's like, I can't compete with someone that can play 60 hours in a week as a full-time job when I'm like barely able to play. I play for like an hour or two a night over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't want to compete against all the 16-year-olds. That's why I stopped playing shooters.
Exactly, right? Yeah, you can't. How do I compete with my... Like, I remember competing with myself when I was that age, and it was like, that's all I did, was play FPS shooters, and I was insanely good. I'm like, I can't do... Now I understand why everyone hated us, because we were no-lifing games. Yeah, this is so cool. Oh, I have so much detail work to do. Joe, dang you. In
I'm
the
not
best
even
way.
done.
I know. That's why I'm like, this is already so detailed and so interesting. I'm like, all right, we got to make the level of
I really
detail.
tried to find block combinations I haven't used yet.
Yeah, I'm like looking at all the like the little roof blocks mixed on top of things, just like the little tiny things that are easy to miss. That's why I'm excited that like Chisel Chip, and now knowing that like Glitch is also a really good builder. Like
Yeah.
attention to detail. They're not just gonna be like, oh, this looks cool, let's go down here. Oh, I missed the whole underwater area. Like that's half the build.
Yeah, I think, well, and watching Chisel go through them, because he was like going through them, and then he's like, well, I'm still going to go through them, off stream too, and spend a lot more time on them.
Yeah, he was like
that's good
very
too.
thorough. And he was already thinking through scores like this early into the whole thing. Super interesting. Not at all what I was expecting you to. I don't know I didn't have any expectations, but I definitely don't know if it was this.
Yeah, I'm hoping no one's expecting this.
I don't think so. I don't think they are.
I haven't seen anybody do the book thing either, so I'm kind of happy about that.
Yeah, it's funny. I guess I kind of have it. I just didn't. I took the sign down because I was like, I need more room for my son. Like, it wasn't enough text for me.
Yeah.
I haven't done the book, I guess. I was using the like little black totem thing with the book on it. I have that sunk into something on mine, but I didn't place an action. Looks cool.
Yeah, then like that sign over there, I was like, well, there's no book, but whatever. I need it to kind of like a thought bubble or something.
Yeah.
Or like a comic speech bubble is kind of how I was thinking about this one.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I love the use of like the armor dummies and stuff. Like half
I really
the battle,
like playing with them.
Figuring out how to add those kind of details.
I really wish they would add some sitting ones.
Yeah, they do need more poses. That's one thing I was noticing. I was like, dang, I wish, like Grounded, how they have, the way Grounded does poses is there's a pose, but then you can pick within that pose, there's like 60 seconds of an action. And so you can move it through all 60 seconds. And so there's like unlimited amounts. Like it's not just, it's the dummy is sitting down, but you can pick any position of the dummy from standing to sitting down. So it's like, so much flexibility.
Yeah, that's
whereas
really
these
cool.
are like 6. There's like
it's
6
like a bunch
things
of
or
keyframes.
4. Yeah, you get the keyframe options, which is really nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
I'm like enjoying. I almost want to move my flame altar now. It's like it's part of the story, but I love that yours is placed like in the center randomly. So you have like everything to work with. Like I kind of limited myself with the placement of where it is currently. But it is kind of part of the story.
It makes a good story.
Yeah. Which I think with the mega builders is probably just as important. Like making
and it makes sense with like the lore of the game.
Yeah, the whole like the flame altar is what's melting the ice. Very similar. I got that idea a lot from you, so I appreciate you giving great ideas.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I got it from. I have to figure out how to build a cart back here that's a little bigger. Because the water barrels are so big that you can't even fit 2 in one cart.
Oh. Is that what?
So that is one thing I need to do is build another cart.
Which one are the water? The silver barrels, or is it a different one?
No, so they're I
don't know if I've seen the actual.
If I have any out, they're down here. I think I have them down here. I mean, they're the same as like the barn barrel size.
I haven't placed many of them.
Yeah, this one. So like, I'm gonna go back up because I don't want to accidentally pick something.
Dude, I know, right? My wife was like, "How are you so mad at this game right now?" The other day, because I picked up one of the stairs in those massive spiral staircases, and right in the center, and you have to replace everything. Oh yeah, those are massive.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah. As always, you have to build it fully custom, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of fit 2 in there.
Yeah, it's like kind of falling out almost, though.
Yeah. So
the custom work is what makes it, though.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just
That's
like,
honestly.
sometimes I'm just like, why aren't there, like, some of the scale of some things is confusing to me in this game.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people debating like how you would implement scaling items, which would be so nice. I'd
Yeah.
love to be able to scale props. That would make
Yeah, that would be amazing, but that's
that would
really
break the
hard.
game. Yeah, it would break the game.
So like, I did 3D modeling for a while,
Yeah.
and a lot of times the pieces, like the prop is made up of multiple pieces.
Yeah, you'd have like the metal pieces around the barrel as a
Yeah.
piece, and the barrel,
And
then the
so
top.
each piece scales differently when you do like a full scale.
Yeah, that would be
So
so
you'll
nice,
end up
though.
with like boards intersecting and like the metal rings being all goofy. Yeah.
Ducky says, make it falling off the cart, and the guy like catching it,
Oh, that's a good idea.
or he's like
I did have the idea of using
one guy loading it, just lifting this massive barrel by himself.
Yeah, well, that's like the guy with the blowtorch, right? I had to.
Mhm.
I was like, he looks ridiculous because it's so big. But then I hung it from the roof.
Yeah, it works really well. Yeah, he's just aiming it, right?
Yeah, he's doing that barrel. I don't know. You can hear my kid, I
Yeah.
guess.
Sorry, Ducky meant guys.
Oh yeah, more than one.
Yeah, many people could pick them up.
I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody take this guy here,
Mm-hmm.
or the
random pattern, yeah.
the cheering like high five guy, and have like a bunch of them jumping in the air like an 80s high five frozen in the air.
I'll just do it just because. New ideas, new things. That's what we're focused on.
Put up a sign that says "Yeah" right next to it.
High five. So many details.
I'll be right back.
All good. Drink the clean. Gods. Can my master builder thing be an airship with a duck on it? Maybe, I don't know. I still have to figure out how that's all gonna work. But if we do the resource world for Grounded, it is very likely that like someone like a master builder or something could be doing that. I think that would make sense. So like an airship as one of the things could be interesting to do. Is like, is this where the, I don't know, chests of stuff are up in there? Because that's what Delancey Gaming did that.
He wanted.
What was that?
He couldn't find the video he wanted.
I know that feeling. That's my kid all day right now. I want a different one. Yeah, there's like the Cyclops eyes looking around down here too.
Oh yeah, underneath the tongue.
Yeah, I didn't even notice those. Yeah, this is why like
that's
you'd
a little
have to
treat.
look around with the details for hours.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the sun to go down.
Yeah, I can only imagine this looks crazy at night. Nice part about being inside an ice cave is my base always looks like nighttime. So like the lighting
Yeah.
is always like perfect.
Yeah, I do like the down in the cave. It's always dark, so I don't have to
Yeah, don't have
do
to worry
much
about
down
it
there.
as much.
But
Obelisk
I
looks
do like
really
the way
nice
it looks
too.
up here at night.
Here it comes. It's close.
In the bathhouse too. I have the night set really fast though, so it
Yeah,
won't take
I know.
long
I
to
do
save
too.
everything.
I changed it recently because it didn't really matter the build I'm working on. But when I'm working on my mega build, I am turning it to like 2 minutes.
And I had to turn off any kind of what do you call it? Aggro from any of the monsters.
Oh yeah.
Because they'll like, there's one of the roaming bands literally walks through here, and they get stuck inside the mouth all the time. And I'm just like, whatever, it's another snack.
That's so funny. That's
But
funny
I'll
because
come out
like I was
sometimes.
worried the cave I'm building in has an ice. It has one of the Cyclopses in it, but when you place an
really?
altar down, it doesn't spawn anymore. Like he just
Oh, that's
disappeared forever. So I was like, he's never
Yeah.
come back. At least
They
hopefully.
spawn outside of the zone, but they walk into it.
Yeah, that's super
They're like
annoying.
a roaming scavenger band.
Oh, that's the worst.
But they don't do anything. They just stare at me. But it's
Yeah.
pretty funny when like I'll walk out of it over here, and there'll be like 3 or 4 of them just stuck in the teeth here. and they
You're like
can't go anywhere.
ruining it. Every
They're all
time.
shaking because
Yeah.
they're scavengers.
Oh yeah, because they're all like data and they like glitch out and
Yeah.
the worst. Although free sacrifices, right?
Yeah. No one's gonna complain. It just adds some more realism.
Yeah, it's like they're just sacrificing themselves unknowingly. I'm drawn in by these claw things anyways. Makes me want to go look at it. There you go. Yeah, that looks really good. What did you use for the eyes? Like the metal around them?
Oh, that's the steel bowl, and then the metal around them is the scrap crates.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So there's 2 scrap crates, and then some bluestone, and then a metal bowl in there to cup and make the circle of the iris.
Really good. Oh yeah, nighttime. You have to like, you're gonna have to say like, look at this at night for sure.
Yeah.
I guess you could probably just tell them to turn the night to as long as possible and turn the day to as short as possible when they join.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot better at nighttime. But it does have a good feel in the daytime too. Like you get that like, oh, it's a desert vibe.
Yeah, it works in both of them, which is nice.
Yeah.
Not like one works and the other doesn't. Ducky, I'll read more chats when we're back building. I'm enjoying looking at it.
Sorry, Ducky. Yeah, I like this too. I hid some lights underneath these stones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, naturally
so
I have
a very slight glow.
Naturally, I have the light up helmet, so you can't see them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks way better without my light shining on it. That's been like the hardest thing for me to figure out is like how to create like ambient lighting. I really wish ice allowed light through it. And like my biggest sad that I like no luminescent block shines through the ice. It's like a solid block.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah, it would be amazing if that was even anything in the game like that.
Yeah.
That's why I put these here, the room dividers, because they're all translucent.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to do it.
And then I can't think if there's anything else that's translucent other than the room dividers.
I haven't seen a whole lot.
Yeah. I feel like there's something else, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head.
No, part of my issue is I'm just like messing with things constantly. Like, how could you use this random block? Does that work? Does this make any sense at all? Doing, undoing,
yeah,
changing.
I made like a floating build palette. This is my second monster too, by the way.
The first one didn't work out.
The first one, so I made it way bigger, and like the size of the bone round spine here, but it like was way too big. I couldn't make anything. It started like, because it's terrain, so like any of its limbs started molding together and all that stuff, and it was just too, because I can't make the flame any bigger. It just wasn't working.
Yeah. That's like, it is the best part about having the limitations, is that you very quickly know exactly what you have to work with. Gotta make it work.
Yeah, I realized I needed to start with the head first and then go from there.
Yeah. I know, it took me ages to get my... I placed 30 altars, probably. Just place, move, place, move. How much water can I get? Because mine's all verticality. So it was like I had to utilize as much as humanly possible. Now I'm wishing it was lower, but...
I started a new save for this one because I don't have any altars available on my other one.
Yeah.
And so then like getting over here was like one altar and then explore and then put another altar and then explore, because I can only have 2 altars at a time, and like
yeah, so you have to keep moving them and like, do I like this area? Do I like that area?
Just like leapfrogging all over the place.
Yeah, I definitely did that too.
But
luckily I had enough altars, so I just ran around and placed a bunch of waypoints down.
This is the best skeleton I could find for a 2 flame size.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it definitely works.
And I also like, because I haven't upgraded the flame, I was trying not to because I like that it's deadly shroud around still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the red looks nice.
It looks like dangerous everywhere.
Yeah, I do like the look of the red. As long as you get enough water sources for it, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Very cool. Just can't stop looking at the gums. It's so creepy. The gums are what the gums make it. It's just like so. It's so terror. So much terror.
Yeah, I definitely haven't been influenced by Stranger Things at all.
Right? I can see. I just finished the. My wife and I just watched the finale a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I get the vibe. Love it.
I think I liked it. It was a good ending.
Yeah, I was happy with it, especially with like some of my favorite shows. How horribly they ended. They just ruined the whole thing. I'm like, I was happy. It wasn't perfect. They could have gone bigger in some areas, but I was like, everyone's story ended well. They didn't just kill someone to kill them. Like, wasn't Game of Thrones all over again, where they just ruined it to be done.
Yeah, the writers were like, I'm tired.
Yeah. That's the perk of finishing with like 5 seasons, is they're still interested, they're still enjoying making it, and they're not ending it because they want to be done. They're ending it because they feel like they've reached a natural progression.
Yeah, it seemed like an actual like ending.
Yeah, definitely. Like the only thing I've seen people complaining about that I actually semi-agreed with was the Mind Flare battle. I was like, why is there no Demogorgons? Like, they're just, like, disappeared and they're not a thing anymore, even though this is where, like, all the monsters came from. And I was like, they could have made that battle a little bit more epic for how horrifying of a creature it was.
It's because they spent all the money on that, on the inside of that creature, the set.
Right? Yeah, I don't doubt it. That thing was crazy. But like, I can't complain.
There's a lot of practical build in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched a lot of like special effects shows and stuff, so it's really interesting watching shows like that now with like the knowledge I have from like modeling and seeing how visual effects are created these days. So it's like you just kind of appreciate the effort that goes into some of that stuff a little more.
Yeah,
and building
really
stories
hard.
Like this. Yeah, definitely. Well, this is an epic build, man. I'm excited to see where it ends up. Yeah, makes me push the whole thing now. Now I know that I have to keep going. I have to like keep pushing the level of my build.
Yeah, I'm excited for yours.
Yeah. So many ideas that I need to get fleshed out and detailed out, but working out. It'll be fun. I'm excited. I think we could both end up in the top 5.
That'd be great.
With how these started. It make the effort all worth it. That's the hope. I'm glad they're not picking like 3 with the hopes of 50 submissions. Like, that would feel sad.
You, me, and the sewer guy.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, I really like the underwater pagoda, but it's also... It lacks what I think some of the, like, your story and lore and stuff, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
It's like the sewer one, like, I love the lore behind it. Like, I think that's part of what makes that build so cool.
Yeah, the same with the other one where it's like decrepit and like run down, and then underneath is like all the flooded structure.
Yeah, the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
I was amazed at the terrain use in that one.
Yeah, it's really good. I have to like, I keep looking at those builds going like, all right, this is the level of detail that I need to push this whole thing to. Like, it has to be insane. Cannot be just good. It has to be so good.
Yeah, the sewer one gave me... I haven't used it because I'm still trying to decide how much I want to like be influenced by other people's stuff.
Yeah,
but
very true.
He used the jewel box for making pipes.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
and
I didn't actually look at that.
Genius, because I've only really ever used barrels and cups.
Yeah, that was like the only thing is like, I love your attention to detail for like how you place them too. Where like that was the one thing that I thought about that sewer build, and I don't necessarily know if it's a bad thing, but I was like, there are little spots where it's a little sloppy in the placement, where I wish they would have spent the rest of the month like perfectly placing those pipes, because yours read so well as pipes. Like, it is so obvious what you're trying to do. Like, I'm such an OCD builder that when I see like little imperfections, it's all I look at, because I'm OCD. It's not necessarily a problem. It's not a bad thing, but when I see yours, I'm like, yeah, the OCD level of placement. So there's no gaps, there's no weird little like one cup is sticking out, and my brain just goes, well, then the water would come out of that, and it would run out, and it's not proper. I don't necessarily think I don't think the judges are going to necessarily grade them down because of those little things, but those are the things that I'm obsessed with.
I always try to think of, because I draw a lot of tubes and pipes and stuff, and like, so like gravity is pulling on this tube.
Yeah.
Like, whether we like it or not, gravity exists.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
yeah, it's very realistic.
Bends and twists in it.
Yeah, I like the realism, and just like hanging the pipes from chains and stuff is like another really good effect for it.
Yeah, some kind of supports and.
Yep. Sorry, what are you talking about?
There's more to figure out.
What's up, Ebony? How's it going? What are you saying, Ebony? Ducky? I shouldn't talk about it on stream? What part?
He's not a judge. It's fine.
Yeah, right. I mean, the judges are all going to see all of it, so that's why I'm like, I'm just going to start. Oh, the show. That's what you're saying. Spoilers.
Gotcha. Spoilers.
Yeah, we're checking out Joe's build so far. Ebony. It's a fun little one to check out for a little while here. Now we all know how much further we have to go to win.
I'm only halfway.
I know. That's kind of how I feel. I have like the bones, but I have so much detail work to add.
Yeah, I want to go through like things like this are just like really plain to me.
Yeah.
So I want to add like some kind of something and like fix this. I don't want a square sand. This makes no
like
sense.
level it and stuff out.
Yeah.
Nice thing is you can build with these materials too, so you can kind of completely customize it. You're not stuck with
the fine sand is super glitchy, so I'm like not using it.
Does yours like randomly create like spikes?
Yeah, so
okay, that's what mine was
figured
doing.
out what I think it is. So you know how like when you run in some places it leaves like the footprints and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And like this one's not doing it. But it's there. And so then when you take it away and replace it, it's trying to put that in.
Oh, so kind of like the snow effect, yeah.
And so I even noticed, so I placed snow and ran around on it and then removed it and put the sand on it, and it still tried to read the footprints from the snow.
Oh, interesting.
And so it was all wacky.
Yeah, that's super weird.
That's why this here, because I was putting sand around it, and it started freaking out, and I had to remove it and put something else here. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I'll be doing something without it. But.
Yeah, I know the feeling. That's because like I'm building the Kindle Waste like sand area behind my doorway and stuff. So I'm like started doing it. And I was like, this is not working quite how I wanted it to. Nobody, welcome in. Today I seem to be watching Enshrouded streams. No noobs this time. Yeah, we are mega builders at our cores. We like going crazy. Yeah, this is Joe's build, Joe the Wizard. Very cool, man. Loving it.
Thanks for visiting.
Yeah, thanks for letting me see it. I love seeing the updates. It's like that's
no one
what
else
I
is
miss.
invited.
Yeah. That's just like I always had Luderav as like the builder to like push my builds to that next level. Yeah. It's like having you as someone who's like part of the community, and we can like shoot ideas off of each other, and your builds push my builds. Hopefully my builds push your builds, and it's just like we get better and better all the time.
There's another streamer. She streams on the same nights as you.
Naturally.
But she streams later than you, so she'll be on like after you're done.
Oh, okay, that works.
And her name's Kilu6.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
She's building a submarine right now.
Oh, that's sick.
And it is so good.
Ideas.
And like her detail work is insane, like on another level.
Oh, geez. So we have competition. I'm assuming that's their water submission.
I'm hoping she submits it. She hasn't said she's going to yet, but I hope she does.
Have to, right? You gotta push her, or maybe don't push her because more competition.
But it's really cool. Like the whole thing is built out of arches, and then they had to like line the inside of the arches to keep the water from flowing in because it's actually fully underwater.
That's so interesting.
And then like last time I watched, she was like trying to figure out how to make a torpedo. And then realized that like I was telling her to try to use snow underwater because it looks like bubbles.
Oh, that's super interesting.
And so it actually has like the whole bubble trail behind it, like it's a shooting torpedo. It's so cool looking.
That's so epic. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. You should DM me a link to their stream so I can check it out. I'll definitely need to see more builders. That's the scary part of this whole thing too, is like we still have a month, and so there's so many people that could be doing builds to keep posting, and I'm like, there's already good builds going, just between the ones that we've seen so far, and then like what the hell, what else is someone working on out there that we haven't seen yet?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be like blown away. I know someone's gonna build something just crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, mine's really good, and then I'm like, wait a second, apparently I just suck all of a sudden. Dang it.
It's interesting seeing how different people are good at different things.
Yeah, definitely. We all build so far. No one's built anything that I've seen before. Like maybe the resort one, because that's sort of it's similar to like what's in the game already. It feels very natural, like to that area, which is really hard to do. I think they did a really good job on that. But outside of that, like everything else is like, how the heck did you come up with that idea? What inspired you to make a sewers? Like, oh, I wouldn't even have ever thought of that concept.
I know. The instant I saw it, I was like, oh, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, exactly. And it works. It works out so well, like for water and like sewers and stuff. So many interesting ideas.
I like it when like... Sorry, my son's upset.
No, it's all good. I know the feeling. I have a 2.5-year-old.
The sewer one I like the most because the instant I saw the picture, I could hear it in my head.
Right.
And so like the dripping and like the pipes and the chains and all that, like I could hear all the sounds in my head.
Yeah, every aspect of it just really fits the whole concept of the water idea, and it's eerie. It's the whole vibe of it is so good.
Like,
I'd be pretty surprised if that doesn't be one of the winners.
It even got to the point where I was like, if I was walking in there, I would hear like the squelching of like
squish,
sewer stuff.
It's like nasty water, and the like so different than what we're doing for like the purifying concept of water.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, they went nasty with it, and I love it. Because at first I didn't even realize that those like cages were water. I was like, how is she creating that like glass effect? Like, what? Like, how is that glass? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's water going down. Like, oh, that's such a good idea.
Something I'm trying to figure out. So if you come down here and then look up, it's like really clear.
Oh yeah.
And you can like the up and down ones are like really clear.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I wonder if you just put like a bunch of those around and then put like the minimum amount of water on it, it would look like a window.
That could be really interesting. Do like a full ceiling light or ceiling windows.
But even these that I made down here. So like this is just two of those together with a little gap in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I filled the gap with water.
Yeah. But like in this sense, it's nice to have the like look of water at least.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and then I use them in the purifying thing too to make it look like the water's kind of like boiling, even though it's boiling in the wrong direction.
No one notices that stuff.
Yeah.
It's part of like, there's little things where like you're just working with what the game gives you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Some of the things are like, I'd love to make my terrain perfect and be exactly what I want, but at the same time, like, you're just working with what the game gives you, so we all have to deal with the same weird stuff. Build as well since my character is maxed out, building 2 resource worlds now. Nice. Not going to participate, too busy with my own builds. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. This one was too perfectly timed. I had to get on this.
Oh, I could start.
Too much stuff going on, Ebony. I feel that. This build competition just was like perfect timing for me. That I was like, I have to give it everything I got. to make it perfect. Yeah, this was super cool, Joe. Thanks for letting us check it out.
Yeah. I'll have you come running around when it's all done.
Yeah, definitely let me know what it looks like. Excited to see what it ends up as. And now it makes me like so much more excited to get into my build more.
Yeah, cool.
You're spurring me on to be better, so I don't know if that was good for you or bad.
Probably a little both.
Yeah,
I'm excited to build more too now.
Yeah, exactly. You have to have people to push you. Like that's just how it works. You have to push each other, or else we all kind of get complacent in our builds and our designs and stuff. If I never looked at anyone else's builds or didn't see some of these submissions, my build would be way too simple at the end of the day, for like what it needs to be. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna end the Discord call. Appreciate you hanging out, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll see you later. Very cool. That was awesome. Don't know if you guys have seen what we're working on for our water submission build, but we have a sort of everlasting water source. I will read. I mean, I read most of your stuff, did I not? Oh, sorry. The only thing I missed was, did I play Halo 5? No, I played up to Halo 3. But knowledge, yes. Sorry, I missed your chats as well. Don't play Enshrouded, so I'm not privy to all the good-ish, but the vision, man. What I would do, yeah, love it. Unless when I hear my name on stream. Yeah, appreciate everyone hanging out, catching back up with us. But yeah, we have my water-themed build. These are covered so I don't fall in my holes because they're not very easy to get out of at the moment. But there is an everlasting water source that's melting from the flame altar that you spawn into is melting an everlasting ice source, and it's being studied, sort of researched by this class of mages, and it was a way to see how flame removes the shroud, your flame altars, your flameborn, sort of the natural yin and yang effect with the concept of flame is also something that could be studied with water. So the flame itself is going to be melting a big ice cap sort of thing that's going to replace all this. This is just holding in the water sources right now so they don't leak out everywhere, or else the water would be running over the whole side of this thing. We have these. Adding lore supports a build. Yeah, I think it makes a really big difference. It gives you, and it always gives you that, like, the concept. Like, something I think, like, from my architectural background specifically, is you have to have a concept for what you're doing, that you can, every move that you're making with your design is to that concept, or the lore. So, like, that story you're creating, the concept of it, every move that you make has to come back and reflect the story you're trying to tell for things to really work out. And so I'm always trying to look at ways, like, it's all based around water. It's based around, like, the purifying effects of water and supplying purifying water for the entire realm. So, like, how do we get the water from point A to point B? How do we, like, design each thing? How do we push the visuals of water so you see them the whole way around? You're always seeing water for this build. So it's like, I can remove these real fast, at least some of them. So it's like these rifts in the ice have water coming out of them. Water comes down and then it's supplied. Hardest part right now is I'm trying to figure out how to, like, cap off this whole build, because it kind of just abruptly ends without a whole lot of room for these. Which now I'm sort of wishing I had moved these walls forward, but these walls took me so long. I'm not sure I want to move them forward anymore. These were, like, such a pain to recreate perfectly over and over again. So I'm, like, I'm currently struggling with, like, how much effort I want to put into, like, adding more effects and stuff. Because I love my tower, I love how this thing is working, but I think I need a lot more visual details and stuff. The cave itself is a huge part of the design, which I think works really well, but we have to have more of our built elements. I've changed some of the cave and added some of my own elements and removed stuff, but kind of gotta keep pushing the whole design to another level at this point to win. You did. There was a chance you and your friends could have been in games with me. Halo was all I played when I got my Xbox because it came with it. I had like 200 hours in the game in a year and a half. At the game before I got Minecraft and my Xbox. Yeah, I played Halo 3 for 2 years, 3 years probably. I won a tournament in college for Halo 3. Me and my buddy won a 2v2 tournament at the U of O, which was a lot of fun. It was a really good time. I'll subscribe. Thank you, nobody. And of course, Joe, thanks for having us, man. That was fun. I got some work to do. Your detailing is like crazy. I have like a lot of stuff going on down here, but it's just water right now. I feel like we need to push the envelope a bit here. Quake 1 and 2, nice. It was another good game. I didn't play much of that, but it was a good one. I have a lot of detail to add. Oldish, we're all oldish in here. Yes, the majority of us, a lot of us. Like, I'm 30. How old am I? 33? Be 34 this year? Yuck. I don't even like saying that. Ew. Pretty soon I'm going to be closer to 40. There's quite a few people in my chat that are much older than mid-30s, so that's not old. Yeah, I have a handful of people in the community that are 45, 50, older than that. All good. Which I love. I like having the adult presence. Yeah, we could have played together, Ducky. It's very possible. Oh, I need to push this. Seeing Joe's detail really makes me go like, all right, we have to go really hard. The tower is going to be really cool, but I need to go next level with this thing. We're going to win. I just have to be top 5. That's all we need. Top 5. Yeah, tower has a ton of work too. It's still very basic right now. This is sort of the concept that we're going to be working with all the way to the top. Be fun. Gaming is that weird hobby you can enjoy with a diverse group. Spent like 5 hours hanging out with a 6-year-old lady I met on live stream this morning in Enshrouded. That's so awesome. Yeah, I love that we can all just enjoy together. Newest FPS game I played is Draft at? Movement shooter? Oof. Yeah. I played Valorant for a while with some of my buddies, but got to that point where I was just like, I can't know life as much as these kids anymore. I'm just never going to be as good as a kid that plays 30 hours or 40, 50, 60 hours a week. It's just not an option anymore. Too hard to compete. One of those things. It's difficult. Came out in 2024. Literally haven't even heard of it. Timber hangout for like little long. Little long. Such a baby. He acts like his life is so difficult. Just sit in this couple hours. As if he's not going to go sit downstairs doing nothing. If I leave, let him leave. Like constantly having to take screenshots to figure out how I built this stuff again. Other word. It's always a struggle. That looks right. Hard part is like I almost make things like too good sometimes. Where like it's hard to tell how many pieces are like hidden in this. It's like there's like 10 coffin lids sandwich in here to get this effect. It's like it almost like hides some of the detail that I put in, like detail and effort I put in. I'm trying to figure out how to like highlight some of these things a little. There's I gotta work on. Nothing worse than putting in effort and then it like goes unnoticed. Right. And trying to remember how to stream. General. Not wrong. There's an unmoderated voice chat. Oh, gee, that sounds horrible. That's like half the reason I quit some of those games. I was like so tired of getting just attacked by kids. Like, how many times does someone need to call you the N word in one game? Be like, why are people like this? Honestly, like ruins it. People, kids who think they are cool and not are not. Yeah, like I used to be. I was like, I wasn't like necessarily nice when I played those games, but I would never. We never said things like that. Like, we can all be ruthless, of course. But, like, it was like, it's just a level of ruthlessness that, like, people just don't even care anymore. Like, why? Why do we have to say things like that anymore? Like, I wasn't afraid of calling someone horrible at the game or something if they were, like, talking smack. But we used to settle it like adults. If someone was talking smack, we were going to go 1v1. Like, that's how we played the game. And that's what true champions did, is you backed it up. You backed up your smack talk with going and destroying them in a 1v1. Like, that's just how it was. And, like, they don't do that anymore. What's this? Yeah, Nuketown 1v1 no scope. Oh, those were some good times. We used to do it on Rust. Rust was the... Oh, no. I had so many 1v1 quick-scoping battles in Rust. So good. Pretty sure outside of my friends, I'm undefeated. It's undefeated. Well. We were too good. Yeah, well, that was like the main one. That was when I was like really... like Modern Warfare 2 and stuff. Uh, 2, 4 block. Kill the bottom. Played the OG. Modern Warfare. COD 4 too did a lot of that. That's when it was like so skillful. So good at sniping. COD 4. Right at the bottom. Half my battle is just recreating these things properly. Have the OGs, but I like the new Modern Warfare a lot. Black Ops? Yeah, Black Ops was fun. It was sort of like the last one I played a little Black Ops 2. Not as much. Everything in between. Too many of my friends stopped playing. Had to grow. Go to school, stuff. I did see the pics of the golf course. A little hard to follow what's happening. Black Ops 2 was your first COD? Damn. Feel old. Okay. Let's see. I'm not building a better platform. Got it in 2019? Dang, I haven't played in so long. One more down. Is the worst thing. So I have picked up so many wrong props doing this. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I needed to go even. Should have like written down how I did this. Yeah, as soon as the movement changed to like Halo-esque movement, it completely. Where I need Joe's system for highlighting it. So nice to have these highlight. Infuriating to click the wrong thing. Infinite War, yeah. Not a huge fan of these ones. Where they lost me. Yeah, the Peg more. I miss the OG zombies. That was the... Quick visuals. Make sure it looks dang close. I guess the nice thing is if it's like one click off, it's... My perfectionism will struggle heavily. It's not perfect, but... No one's going to be able to see the differences, but if it's off at all, then it'll make the top get messed. It's this. It looks. Yeah. It's the RC, like the car thing, right? Little RC car. I do remember playing with that. Silly item. In the best way. It was a very fun one. Nothing worse than dying to an RC car. Embarrassing at its finest. Please. Right. So much placement and just doing and undoing endlessly. Guess it makes for cozy building time though. Cozy until you fall off a platform. Oh my gosh, don't even start with me. I can't tell you. I've fallen off this thing so many times. It's ridiculous. It's just constant death. Let's see. It happens so many times. It's like embarrassing how many times I've fallen to my death. The worst part is like I'll fall to my death, then I'll get back up, and then immediately fall to my death right again. It's like doing the exact same thing I just died doing. Let's see. There we go. It's a double jump, and if you're good with it, you can get stuck on it. Can't. That's horrible. I was building my cathedral, I also kept dying. Yeah. It's been nice that I've gotten as far as I've gotten, but yeah, this tower, having my flame altar at the top, so every time you spawn in here, you're at the top, and then you have to like jump down and not get cocky and die. Died so many times just being a little overly cocky. It's always the funniest part. Like how many times am I gonna fall to my death just doing the same simple task? Definitely more than I should. We're like trying to do that. Done that a lot. Definitely lots of oopses. Makes for good comedy though, I guess. Could be worse. Oh, like that. You're lurking around off and on. Kids need stuff. All good, man. Good. I wish I could play with my son just like hanging out. I do not have that ability at this point in life. Not easy. Doesn't have the attention span currently. As soon as I start up a game, he's like, I want to play the game. I want to do what you're doing. Which is fun. And I'm excited for that phase. Life. But right now, he just spams buttons and ruins the game. Or does the craziest things I've ever seen. The other day on my work computer, I was working and he started slamming the keyboard. And he turned some settings that I had to like do a bunch of Google searches and figure out how to reset everything because I was like, I have no clue how to undo these random things you've done. Just what I need to say, like, hey boss, I need a new computer. My 2-year-old broke it. This is going to be awkward. That nice computer that I have for working from home, ruined. Sorry about that, but yeah, Control-Alt-Delete would be easier fix than what he took. This. This is where these things get really weird to us. Whole thing on the other side, right? Don't know. That goes to the sign out page if you have like more. Yeah. I'm not a total noob. I'm not a total noob. Okay. I'm not great with computers, but I'm not horrible. There are times like this where it wouldn't suck to be able to, but it is a fun challenge. Okay, so it's perfectly. Alt-Tab? No, I've never heard that one before. Sorry, Timber left the camera. Oh, you can see his little snoot. Like, you can't see Timber anymore. Wait, his nose is just in the picture. Just barely. Yeah, but it doesn't look like anything. I know what Alt-Tab... No, I'm being sarcastic. I know what Alt-Tab does. I'm not a boomer, jeez. I'm not perfect, but I'm not that worthless. Actually, I almost feel like I need the section. That. Oh, the symmetry sometimes. Okay, the underside is to me just enough. I think this is going to be easier to place downwards than trying to do it. Did have it right, actually. I think, right? Oh, it's perfect. Wait, it's not perfect. It's got to be upside down. Well, it's right, but it's wrong. No! Boy, they forgot to make them not clip through the floor on the top. Have to not place them. Place them upside down. I'm not pressing any more buttons for you. Gosh, dang it. I think I can just do the top one. That comes. Need to place both. That's not too. So what I did. That's right. Have to flip the side ones to be. The bandages I've gone through. Half the time it's easier to just let myself die so I can heal back. Or fall all the way down to the bottom. Cool, cool, cool. Struggles of building towers. Could be worse. Always could be worse. Did it wrong? What? I think that looks correct. Then and repeat. Things are not the easiest things to place. Have like a bunch of them on top of each other. Very messy, very quick. Okay. I think that looks right. Yes. Perfect. That looks perfect. Now the really annoying part is getting the coffin lids placed right. Because if you screw one coffin lid up, you ruin it. You have to like accidentally rough it or redo everything. Okay. I gotta let Timber go out. 1 second. He's done. It's fine. Ducky didn't even pay for it anyways. This is why I want my new headset too. Finally, I'm gonna have a wireless headset. So I can get up and walk around without taking it off or accidentally plugging it all the time. Often lids too. Might have to run to the avenue. So much crap. Our chests too. Those V. I am looking at chat. I told you I'm not gonna entertain any more of your button presses. What I really need to do is find a good... I don't have to do them. I mean, I kind of know what, but I don't remember top of my head because I don't use a ton of... Do I remember off the top of my head what they do? No. Sure, I probably do know what. Can't use it. He is a pop-up for... Honestly, don't use very many commands. Turn off the cam. Augie. Xbox bar? Xbox bar. Yep. Cutting out a lot? Wonder if it's just I'm moving. Did turn my volume down a little bit because I felt like I was hitting the red bar a little too often, but I was talking a lot louder earlier. That is silly at the best of times to place. Really easy to accidentally clip through the bottom without noticing. Place it like one click too far. Really hoping that these details aren't missed. So much effort put into like this little amount of work that's like so easily overlooked, I feel like. Use steps like that, but I use upside down coffin lids. Yeah. I've done the upside down coffin lids before, and I was just like really interested in testing out some new ideas for this one. Wanted to see. I think a lot of people have seen the upside down coffin lids before, so I was like, what else can we use as another prop to kind of get the same effect without using the idea that a lot of people have already seen quite a few times. I've definitely seen a lot of people use coffin lids for stairs and stuff, which, I mean, I used tables and stuff for my stairs on these ones, and they're all like sideboards. They're the like castle. The heck are they called? Never actually remember what those things. Yeah, small castle sideboards. And they're the granite, big granite tables for the lower staircases. I love although the custom stairs are an absolute nightmare to place, I do really enjoy the look. So good. If I want this detail on the inside, realize that one extra step was going to erase that. I feel like the outside detail is slightly more important, but wanted a red glowing block we never got. I mean, we might. I wouldn't say never. Do you like the way the inside looks? I'm gonna have to cover that back up. Yeah. I'm really hopeful that we just get a whole array of colored blocks and stuff. I'm not... That's what I did. The detail looks so good on the outside, but then you lose all the effect on the inside. Does make the inside look real boring. Or if I look. Guess we could add something else on the inside though. Instead of sacrificing the exterior look. I like seeing that. I think I like that more than this. Really pops doing it that way, so I might have to redo that one. They did have all kinds of colored blocks in Portal Knights. Yeah, I'm assuming a lot of that stuff is just things that haven't been implemented because they've already stated that they won't, like, every single prop that you see in the world currently, they want those to all to be craftable objects. But I think the way they've said it is that it just takes a long time. Well, especially while their bigger focus is like building water and all that stuff in the game. That I think I assume we'll get more of those options is what I'm trying to say. But I think it's one of those things we're gonna get the main functional things in the game. Right, the whole. Is it? It's not. Well, I definitely think we're gonna get all of those things. It's just gonna take us takes a little longer to get them all built in. Since it's not quite as simple as just this is a prop now. Like this is in the game now. It's dang it! I knew it. That once or twice. So just takes a little bit longer to get those kind of objects coded into the game is all. I'm confident we'll get everything eventually. Oh, that was wrong. The thing I want more than anything is the ability to highlight what the heck I'm removing. There's nothing worse than doing what I just did and like picking up the wrong block, especially with the way some of these blocks are placed. They're just so tedious. So freaking tedious to do everything. Color see-through stained glass. Yeah, stain like see-through anything would be. I'm curious if we are actually going to get see-through stuff, though. That's wishful thinking at times, maybe. Hard to know. Because it's such a custom engine. Really hard to tell like what they can and can't do. Yeah, they definitely listen, though. It's just like how big is the team to do these things? Like, how many people do they have available to do this random stuff? It's even further out. Still not. One block back. Just have to, like, grit my teeth and hope I pull the right item. This is the most stressful thing to do. Why is it showing? What's this? Still showing through, but they're not on the other side. Yeah, an undo and undo. At least, I guess, either highlight what I'm removing or give me an undo button. I think highlighting would be exponentially easier to accomplish. It's a little bit more simplistic. It's technically, you don't necessarily need an undo button if you never press the wrong thing, right? It's showing up different. There it is. Way up. think this is actually changing. Replacing an object, the option to tweak its position without having to pick it up. That would be interesting. That'd be really nice. Really difficult, I think. That's the hardest part, is like, what is even possible? I guess theoretically anything's possible, but it's like something is just barely off. Just this side, though. I also want to play properly. Copy, paste, small parts of builds, yeah. Such complicated things to, like, code into a game, but, oh man, would they be just game-changing mechanics. This side's so difficult. What's gonna happen? Ugh, that's showing through. You. Why? Understand why. Like, you can see this detail behind it. Couldn't be it. Welcome in, Joey Drop Shots. Hope you're doing good. You're doing good. Struggling through our winter build competition design, but having fun with it at the same time. It's fun. Just a challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean that up a lot. Guess it doesn't hurt to... I don't know why it's not... I can't get it. It's like placed like one snapping block off for some reason. I don't know why. Devs are smart cookies. They, after all, did manage to bring us water to looks good and behaves good. Yeah, no, they can do anything. Question is, how much are they willing to do? I'm very hopeful that we get updates like past 1.0 and stuff, but it's really hard to know what they want to do. They haven't let us down so far, though, right? Thumbs up. $35, right? My brain struggling with here. No, it's 1. Good old math. Covers the gap. The side's just not doing what I want it to do. It's not can they do it or not, it's do they want. Yeah, exactly. Do math, not meth. That's what that felt like for a second there. Like something's just off with it. Plastics. They're all on the same plane. When I go to place these, coffin lids are gonna like probably place exactly how I want them to. Love to see something similar in function like Minecraft Redstone for mechanisms and whatnot. That could be interesting. What am I standing on? The Midnight Tomb block. Good old Midnight Tomb block. One of my favorites. A really nice looking block. Yeah, I need to just place these and not change anything. Or, of course, everything will not on the... What? A block I don't have or know about? I have no clue where I got that. I use resource worlds for most of my stuff, so some of the blocks I don't even remember how I unlocked them originally. As unhelpful as that is, I know. It is one of the newer. I'm pretty sure this from... I want to say it's from the newest update. So I assume it's from the Veil Water. Some of them so silly. City of... No, Midnight Tomb. Found in an unmarked tomb east of Balefire and Lance Point. Glad someone knows something. I don't. Block is found in an... Oh, Googled it. That is often the best way to do it. And that's going to give the detail. No, not. Went right. Let's show more depth. Yeah, it's a really good looking block. I haven't used a ton of it. I'm going to be using a lot of it. It's what the flooring is for this. So there's a little bit of it in this build, but I'm going to be using a lot more of the Midnight Tomb block in my Cathedral build. That's in my main mega build. This looks right. I think. It's a really nice looking block. Yeah, this looks way better. Upper layers look, but slightly off. Thing I do hate, not everything is omnidirectional. Yeah, there's a couple things that are just like not for some reason. It has the right depth, right? Just because I'm looking at it. It looks like it has way less depth when you're looking at it from the front. So when you see it from below, the detail looks just way more defined. What I'm seeing. Can't get that one to go where I want it. 500k block mausoleum. is City Block works well. I got plans for this Midnight Tomb block though. It's really Hall of Heroes where you just play the good stuff. Yeah. It's a nice one. It's like one of my favorite like column blocks too. Really nice. It feels like for a cathedral as well, it just has such good detail. It feels like a cathedral. It has such a nice detail. I wish we could change the colors as well. Thank you for asking or answering. Yeah, no problem. I always try to, if I know, of course. Half the issue is I've collected these blocks so long ago that I can't remember where half of them came from. Is most of my struggle. As soon as I can, I just get everything from a resource world at this point. Just building to eat. Guess that deep. Something feels off. Like this one specifically is not doing what I want. The other ones are all placing right. Why? Yeah, like that detail shouldn't show. These. One's like half showing up. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I don't think Lude's going to be able to be in mini streams these days moving forward, sadly. His new job will not allow. Can't blame him. His last job was unfortunately just not good enough. Probably have it placed the best it's going to get. I know. That's like, I think something I've noticed is that it's not like the blocks are placed on like a universal grid. So when you're placing a block, no matter what, you can't screw it up. But as soon as the prop rotation gets in, like there's something different about almost everything. Because like, especially the props with like the full rotation, it's just like, there's like minute differences depending on how you placed it. And I haven't figured out like what the system is yet. And that's the like biggest struggle. Place those on. I am an absolute perfectionist though. If it drives you nuts, I'm sorry. Oh. There's some clunkiness to some of the prop placement, which you just kind of have to deal with, sadly. Oh, jeez. Yep, we did it. That's pretty good. First death the whole stream. You know, Velocity, or was he just a viewer? He was like my first viewer ever. Vanilla, maybe use a controller. I have amazing control with a controller instead of PC. Could be. I did just get a... I have a controller coming. I'm going to be here on like Wednesday. Block. I would say I don't feel like I don't have good control with my mouse. I just noticed there's like really minute little details of things are a little bit more difficult, and I'm not sure if that's PC, if it's mouse and keyboard, like what that is. I haven't really used. I haven't used the. Ugh, I haven't used a controller yet, so I don't actually know yet if that's the. It like makes any difference or not. Hard to tell. It's very possible that the controller could just make it easier. I don't quite know yet. I know it makes a difference with just movement and stuff because you walk. Controller's easier? Interesting. How's Timber doing this evening? Me or the dog? That's always the question. Then make a master builder roll, please. I tried. DM him. Or, like, add him. I asked him, but he's quite busy, I'm pretty sure. He's also on European time. It's complete opposite of what we are. The dog. Dog's good. I don't think the dog has any complaints other than being in my office. He doesn't like that. Stinker. Literally gave him... My parents got a half a cow or whatever. Closer. This last month. And I've been giving him like all the extra bones that they get with them. And so I'm like, he's gonna love this. Like, he's gonna want to be up in my office all the time. And he's like the only dog that you can give a massive bone to, and he's like, nah, I'd rather go sit downstairs. Those are actually... Like, what dog wouldn't... Every dog I've ever had, if I gave that dog a bone, he would eat it until it was gone. And, like, he would rather just leave. Would you mind sharing the water supply setup on the tower? Yeah. European here, but you're a night owl? Yeah, I'm a night owl as well. I've been trying to go to bed a lot earlier recently, though. Let's see. It's kind of a convoluted system right now. So currently, this is not going to be the final setup because everything you see, all the starlight block, is going to be an ice. Like, show off what I've got. So everything on the top is going to be like some ice crystal type design thing. I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but it'll be that sort of concept where there'll be a big ice block. So I'm probably going to remove, well, I will remove all the starlight blocks, and that will essentially be a cone that covers the water source. And so what it's doing to get the little effect of the curtain of water behind the doorway things, I had to build a pool. I don't know if you have to have 4 water sources here. I found it to be the most consistent doing it this way, having 4 going down. Otherwise, I kept having like a single annoying, that was close, one stream. Like, I kept getting one random stream, and it wasn't consistent between any of them. Like, one of them would go like on the side, one would be right down the middle, one would be totally fine, and then the other one would like copy a different side. And so to get the pool to work properly, I ended up using 4 water sources. I'm sure someone that wanted to spend 100 hours doing it could probably get it to work with a single water source. But because there's no center here, this was the most consistent way to use 4. And then that just pools over the edge now. And that's how the curtain of water effect. And then in here, I have some drains. Really hard to see. But down in there, there's some sunken wall drains that keep that. And then I did the illusion that the water is going down. But there's also 4 more water sources, or 2, 4? I can't remember. I hate removing it because it messes things up. But there's, in each corner of this, there's a water source that goes down and creates another kind of water curtain effect here. So the illusion is that it's one water source, but I kind of faked it to make it work more consistently. Because I found that when you leave the water, like when I go back to my other base to grab stuff or look at things, that I found far too often I would come back and there would be like one piece not working. And for a normal build, after a couple minutes, it usually would work again, and it would be fine eventually. But I found that since this is for a competition, I want it to work as perfectly as possible all the time. So that was my little workaround, I think, was how I kind of made it work. It was easier to use a lot, kind of overkill amount of water sources at the end of the day versus trying to like make the whole thing one water source to be impressive and say that I did. But yep, just overflows into this little thing. And then this will probably change to ice as well. My builds, I found the water sources fill every time I enter the area. Yeah, they like load, essentially. So like if I load into this, they won't be loaded automatically. Well, that one is, but I think if we go to this space, you can kind of see it. But there was too much inconsistency for me, I think is what I noticed. Like, yeah, you can see every time you load in, like all of this stuff has to refill this whole pond. Normally when I come back, I think I've been here recently, so it hasn't fully unloaded. But when I first loaded in, I haven't been back here in a week. And this was like all the fish were just flopping on the ground. But a lot of the times, like visually, this stuff won't load in until a second or two after we jump into this area. Naturally, they're working right now, but when it's a new load, they'll be empty, and then in just a second, it'll load down. It'll work fine. That's how I got it. That's the most consistent way I've found to get it to all work so far. The water's pretty good, but it has a few little quirks, for sure. Looks amazing. Thank you. I'm nervous now. Like, it looks really good, but I feel like I need so much more detail to win this thing. I don't necessarily need to be first, but I have to get top 5. This build has to be good enough to get top 5, or else I'm going to be really sad. There's a lot of effort to not win. I think I have an interesting enough of a concept and, like, the lore behind the whole thing. But if we don't execute on a higher level, some of these builds are really good. And I know for a fact we haven't seen some of the craziest things yet. There's some crazy builders out there and people that have exponentially more time than I have to build, so we got to make this thing top tier. Because the hard part is, like, I'm utilizing an ice cave that I think it's an epic ice cave. It's an epic ice cave, but how much of that are they going to take into it? You thought it would be weird? I mean, I don't care if they see it now. It doesn't hurt. There's so much work to be done, and I'm going to be streaming this like every night moving forward for the month, so I have a feeling Chisel Chip's going to stop in. I told him that I was working on this stuff live, so I don't mind if people see it. I think there's going to be such a drastic transformation by the end of it that they wouldn't even recognize it in a couple weeks. Especially because this, I would say in terms of this tower, we have 2 sides almost done. So we have a long ways to go. Seen Tron or Tron Legacy or Tron Uprising? I've seen like one Tron movie, but not really. Are you putting iron over the blue blocks or something? I think pattern-wise, where is it? It's on this. This is not the final pattern, but I'm messing with sort of like a vertical fine stone railing placement through the middle, and then something like this. And then we're using the castle block, the castle roof block. I really like the way this castle roof block works. Maybe I'll bring them on Thursday. Sounds good. I mean, I can't imagine that they would grade me differently because they saw me working on the build, you know? It's all going to be what the last is. Snowflake pattern, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. The patterning is where I'm going to build one pattern here. I'm going to test another pattern on this side. I'll probably test a third pattern on the other side, and it's just kind of we'll figure out which pattern offers the biggest effect, because the blue is similar. I want it to be like this, and we're probably also going to be placing the crypt tall fences in this as well, so it'll be more like, at least in theory, it'll have more of a stained glass kind of look. So it won't be a ton of, won't be too much blue block, I don't think. Possible to place without a block under. So we have a lot of things to figure out still in the design, but it'll be something like that is kind of the current idea I'm working through. So it'll kind of be, I want it to like glow a little bit, especially because the water, I think I'm going to be placing blocks inside the water to hopefully make it glow a little bit more. Since you kind of see the glowing effect a little bit down here, but I want to figure out a way to make this look more and more blue as we mess with it. Try to tune in for more. I'm intrigued to see where else you take it. Yeah, we're gonna have to, this has to go to a different level. After seeing Joe's detailing and like how many secret areas there are, like I really think we're gonna have to like really push this to another level to win, to get top 5. Right now, my current ideas, I think we're holding on for dear life to get the 5th spot. I think it's a really cool build, but I'm just like the sewer build, Joe's build, like, and that's, who knows what the heck else is out there. Stuff like Joe was saying, someone's building a freaking submarine that may or not be even posted for it, but it's very possible that that is something that like is just a crazy cool build that gets posted at some point, and I can't leave it. I cannot leave anything up for chance. We have to excel, make it perfect. Blue glowing block behind the waterfall. Yeah, we'll just have to figure out either. I think we could probably get away with like just a block in the center or something like that. But I don't want it to look, yeah, that looks too obvious. And I'm nervous that like seeing too much of this just kind of ruins the water effect. It's too much blue glowy block. So as much as I like the blue glowing blocks, they don't necessarily look very good. I'm not sure how to get it to glow as much as I'd like yet. I haven't tested that out quite enough yet. Because I want it to look, I don't want it to read as blue glowing block instead of ice. But I don't really know how to accomplish that quite yet. Oh, I saw on Joe's, he had done something to get it to glow. It's like some effect that if you like put enough blue block, that makes sense. Place a block underneath and it messes with. Playing around with lighting placed in ice like a flame within a pillar. What kind of lighting? I know the luminescent blocks, unfortunately, don't glow through, but... Blue glowing block behind the waterfall to make water off. Hide the blue glowing balls. Can't see them. Yeah, the hard part's hiding it. Because you can't place this, like, in the walls, I know. Hiding the light orbs will help it glow. Yeah, I think that might be what it has to be. I wish the blue block did it, but it doesn't quite do it enough. Probably much easier to kind of mess with it. Yes, I haven't placed. That was kind of like the last thing I was going to be messing with is like torches and stuff. In the hopes that I find something that allows water or lets the ice glow more. I haven't quite figured out what that is yet. Hide them in props because they don't stop water or lights. That could be interesting, yeah. I have a bunch of them. Like bluish green ones are like the perfect look too. But lighting was like those end phase portions of the build. So far away. I'm like half thinking through lighting and half not at the same time. You find a way to like that's what the one thing I've been struggling with is I really want a way to place ice and have it like glow. But I haven't quite found a way. Oops. I haven't found a way to really shine light through. But I've definitely not done it too much. Place torches within ice pillars. Spikes. That was just like... looks like fire. Doesn't quite have the glow effect that I'm hoping for. But I haven't messed with many of the other lights and stuff yet. The way I've found is to hide lights above the ice and it reflects off the top. Yeah. Just like kind of the effect, but I don't know. That's going to be some of the like. That's why I'm excited we have an entire month left. Is like once we get the tower finished, then it becomes okay, how do we like hide this stuff in here and really take it to that next level? I think lighting more than anything is going to make a huge difference on the end of this in the long run. But we so much work to do. Hard part is like when you place that, I don't know. Yeah, that's the hard part is like so much of this is I haven't tested it. So it's like I don't know how some of these blocks react. I'm going to have to like just mess with everything. But that'll be part of the fun of like streaming this stuff is kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't. Yeah, like that does nothing. I really wish ice was actually see-through. It would be so nice. Even that, like, light up at all. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I don't know. Nothing glows on ice yet. I'm stuck. Maybe I'm slightly missing what you're saying too, but it's like so little glow from those lights when they're not in water is part of the issue. Like they glow so well in the water, but they don't glow on ice quite as well. I'm sure I'll figure out something in the long run, but realistically, there's enough glow. Of course, I have all this covered, but like the glowing effect works pretty good down here with the luminescent block in the water. It creates enough contrast. But the harder part is creating the contrast on this vertical water pillar. That's going to make a big difference. I know we can hide a bunch of stuff, luckily, in the middle of this as well. You can't see anything down here, so like anything in here we can glow and just hide all sorts of weird stuff in there since you can't actually see anything unless you decide to swim in there. That's life. If they see the hidden tricks behind it, it's probably fine. Maybe a stronger light source. You also weren't in a cave. Yeah, the cave's nice because it's like always dark, But also, you're not, I guess, part of what we're not seeing here is you're not getting the full effect because I have this lighted block because it's so dark in this cave, which it creates the effect that I'm looking for. It's exactly what I want, but while I'm building, you can't see anything that you're trying to do. It's like impossible to tell if you're placing a block in the right spot without any of this light down here. So everything is much brighter right now than it actually is. I always forget that I keep placing this. Like when you remove all the white block, it creates a very, very different look. But in terms of building, I was getting really exhausting. It was exhausting, like placing torches down to try to hide everything. It was like, or to see everything, not hide everything. I finally was like, let's just build a massive ring of light so I can see while I'm building, and then we'll just remove it over time. Creates a very, very different look overall, I think. Yeah, like that looks exponentially better. And as we add, as we cover up the luminescent blocks that you see on the outside, like this is all really high contrast right now, so the water does glow better right now. But even like the lighting from that, the lighting from the star blocks, like everything kind of adds its own little effect that we're going to have to kind of mess with. Use luminescent blocks to see all my builds, yeah. Makes it a lot better, but like as you can see, okay, this looks actually a lot better without the white light everywhere. I kind of forgot that that was such a big effect. And I have my miner's cap on, which also makes it harder to see this stuff. Still doesn't quite. Unfortunately, glass ice is just not see-through transparent in any way, shape, or form. So, who knows? That's what I'm hoping. If we can get the tower finished, the overall design done, and kind of figured out in the next like week or so, that leaves me with like 3 solid weeks to just focus on lighting and detailing and like emphasizing the different things. You have a question? Yeah. Let's see. Let me know. Yeah, like even without the white blocks, like this looks so much better too. Let's get the whole effect. No one's actually seen this whole thing without the lights. I forgot. Character has a constant glow. Know how to disable it. I think what it would be. I mean, if you have the miner's helmet, that's one thing. The construction hammer and all this stuff also kind of glows. You take off miners. We look like. It might just be the cosmetics you're wearing. I think it's kind of. I think it's glowing. Drives me nuts because I can't see my builds at night properly. No helmet. On arm still glows. Happen latch patch. That's really weird. Yeah, because I don't have any glow. The only other thing is if like you're accidentally using one of the potions or whatever that remove or that does it. What do they call it? What is it called? The wisp of light or whatever. But you have to use those all the time. So it's like, I highly doubt it's that too. It's really random. Yeah, I don't have any glow at all. Just when I'm using the torch, like, it's only when I'm using this. Or, yeah, that one still does it. This one does. I don't know, that's really weird. Yeah, I haven't seen that at all. That's really random. Alright. Jeez. I'll have to warn the judges not to fall in the water, because it's a pain to get out. Like, the worst thing is when you fall in here. That's why I put these things over the top, because I got tired of swimming out of this cave constantly. Yeah, it does look better. I forgot how much the blue glowed on the bottom there. Water does look a little bit better without all the white. It does make a huge difference. But yeah, if we throw in a couple of these lights inside of this inside area, hide those pretty well, I think we're golden. That'll glow real nice. And I really like this like dark effect. It's like just enough detail that like it looks cool, but then it'll really highlight the water once that's glowing the way I want it to be. Sort of illuminates from the inside of the build really well. Creates a really nice contrast. But it makes a huge difference in like how much detail you can see. So I'm kind of struggling right now with like how I want to light this whole thing. Too much light makes this look really good, but then it just like ruins the effect of everything else. It's an interesting problem to have. Definitely an interesting one. We're definitely going to have to make this glow a lot. I think that's why the later we get into this build, it's going to be a lot about figuring out how to do really good lighting. It's like torches and fire are not quite the effect that I'm going for. It's going to be all some type of glowing light everywhere. We could figure out how to like clip something like this in. That could be interesting, but maybe that's what some of the insides get. Hey, how's it going, Frostbit? Welcome. You're doing good. The glowing blue mushrooms, those are interesting. You have to place those on like a terrain patch, though, I think. It's the difficult part. Yeah, I gotta remember, I forgot. I've been building with that white light for the past couple days, and I totally forgot that you can't see a lot of the build that I'm working on. That's a very different look than what I'm going for. Acidicum, all pulsating blue stuff. The luminescent growth block. Yeah. I've used a lot of that too. I'm hesitating in terms of the story that I'm trying to tell. I don't know if I want very much. I don't think I want luminescent growth because the entire concept that I'm working with is that the water is like a purifying element. And because of that, luminescent growth to me sort of tells, if I'm building with luminescent growth, then it sort of is the opposite. But I guess what I'm thinking, blue luminescent. I could use the underwater luminescent growth, actually. That's probably a better option, especially the way Joe was showing earlier. Like one pop of it, I think. Just like pops of it like that. Sorry, Joe, your ideas are too good. But I don't know if that even glows enough either. That's going to be a big thing. We're going to have to get the whole thing built, and then lighting is going to be this like 2-week process of just figuring out what's the right amount of light, what's not enough, what's too much. It's going to be a process of trial and error at its finest. Driving me nuts. This is how OCD I am, for anyone wondering. I've been going around and like removing little things like that I find unappealing. Makes so little difference to the overall build, but I'm so OCD. Yeah, it would be nice if that came in blue. There is the luminescent growth block, but that's the where is it? There's that stuff. But the entire point of the build is that it's getting rid of the corruption, which to me the luminescent growth is the corruption. So it kind of is like Joe's is a better build concept to have something like this, but since my build is like the whole concept is removing this kind of stuff, I don't know if I want any of it in the build. Even though it probably would look good, I think it fights against the concept that I'm trying to tell, or the story I'm trying to tell. which I might be overthinking, might not be overthinking. But I'm very interested in the story that I'm trying to tell and not deviating from that concept is, or at least deviating from it as little as possible. Yeah. You get it. It's one of those, and part of that's going to be like trial and error. What tells the story that I'm trying to tell the best? And if that does tell the story better, I'm more than happy to use it. But as of right now, I kind of feel like it goes against the story I'm trying to tell. But I've used my entire other mega build. I don't know if you've seen much of my other mega build that I have going on. Sort of my main project before I started any of this. That uses a ton of luminescent growth. That's like the whole concept, is that the luminescent growth is like overtaking the whole thing. So for that story, it's like perfect. Yeah, from the coffin. Okay, yeah, you know it. For that one, like, it really emphasizes the whole concept, and I really like the way it looks. I think it's a really cool block. But, like, in a purifying water build, like, pulsating growth is like, is it working? So the experiment was a failure? Is that what the story we're telling now? It's a fine line where I'm still thinking through a lot of these concepts as well. And like, nothing is 100% set in stone. I have a lot of the lore figured out in my head, and I've been like writing out a script for the lore and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that any of it's like ready to go. The story can change as we continue to build, but it's very easy to get too into the building and then start contradicting the concept, and then things start reading weird. This is a different build than the one where the chest is taking over. Yeah, this is... so Enshrouded, the developers are doing a winter build competition right now. So we have till the end... so we have till February 4th to submit a water-themed build. Meaning, whatever theme we want, it just has to be based around water in any way, shape, or form. And the chisel chip glitch, and I think it's Honey. I don't know her very well. I've only seen like one of her stream when I'm watching typically. So there's 3 community judges, and they will be choosing who the top 5 builds win a €100. Oh, jeez. Win a €100 gift card, and they're just like in like Chisel Chip when he won or was one of the winners of the Halloween build competition. Your name gets in the event Hall of Honor. So you forever are in the game. So I'm like super excited. Bandages. So for me, it's all about getting into the event honor hall in the game, so my name's in the game forever. And I feel like it brings a lot of credibility to the stream in terms of like my mega building capabilities. It's one thing to build cool stuff, it's another thing to win actual competitions in the game that I really, really enjoy. So the hope is that we can place in the top 5. There's also 5 random winners as well. So maybe you get lucky, you know. But my goal is to outright be one of the top 5 judge-picked winners. Honor Hall, yeah. Goals for sure, yeah. It's such a cool concept. It's like the fact that the game is such a epic building game. Like then they were like, well, let's just make a place where we immortalize like people that win competitions. Like that's so up my alley. I used to be much more competitive, and outside of creating a successful channel, a YouTube channel, it's not really like a competition for me. So I'm really enjoying the competition base or concept here. Something I've really missed out on in the past years. What's up, Oozin? How's it going? Doing good. Had a good couple holidays there as well. Same concept in my build, but it's outside a Night Sanctum, which was nice enough to be included into my build. I'm kind of on the same path as you. It's like we build the lore within the build. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you have to have that concept to make decisions based on. It's really easy to just be like, "Oh, that looks cool," and then it very quickly starts telling the wrong story, which I think makes for less cohesive builds. Whereas everything I'm trying to do is like very specific. Like Too Much Arc Raiders, hey, I have heard a lot of people playing that game though. A good time. I have not played it myself, but it does seem like a fun game. If I wasn't building all the time. I sometimes miss playing FPS games like that, but I don't have that same drive that I once had to be real FPS shooter. I think Valorant ruined FPS shooters for me. Is really that game got so toxic so fast. I was finally like, I don't want to be angry all the time. As much fun as those games are, I get unnecessarily competitive too quickly. Not think I would like it as much as I have. It looks fun. Yeah, I've taken a more peaceful route in my life. Not really, but I think with the whole concept of the YouTube channel that I'm trying to create, it's too difficult to try to be like see-through, where he wants, there's nothing against him in any way, shape, or form. He gets to do whatever he wants. It's his channel. But it's so difficult to go from FPS shooter to mega building to like he's doing like game development. And if I had nothing but time and my channel could be anything, and that was like just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it, I could totally understand why he switches around and jumps through different concepts. But trying to keep the channel very, very specific, I think, is just easier. Really hard to juggle multiple games. It's hard to get really good at any game too. Just jumping around. That's why I'm always like, I don't get how some of these guys can play 200 different games and be good at all of them. I struggle to be good at one game. Oh yeah, you have first person when you're placing blocks and props. Combat is always third person. You can't fight in first person, but whenever you're building, you can go. It's been in it for a little while though. My brain doesn't do very good at jumping between games and stuff. I prefer focusing on like one thing and doing good. They added it a little while ago. Wouldn't say it's been in the game for like a really long time, but it's been in the game for a little while now. Probably a couple months, maybe. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. When you're placing props and stuff, the game is almost impossible without it. Especially when you're trying to do like heavy amounts of detail like this. Really hard to place blocks otherwise. Could push this in more. Like hide it a little bit better. That's the right. Want to like fill these gaps. My goal is to make this build feel as the least amount possible blocky. I want it to feel like a tower that shouldn't even be capable to game. So I don't want to see any of this, like, oh, there's obviously a block there and a block there. Now you get some of it, some effect to a certain degree. You will always have that blockiness, but I want to make as many gradual corners as I possibly can with this. Is just have that architectural styling where you just hide everything. So it looks like it's out of a different game. Especially because we're using so much of this roof material as well to add the details. So it's not many people have done a whole lot of work with the roof blocks as walls as well. So I think it'd be a really cool way to kind of have the judges look at it and be like, how did he even... Is he playing the same game as the rest of us? That's the goal. With the amount of time we have, I think it's very, very possible. All right, one sec. I need to go to the bathroom really fast. I will be right back. Okay. Bearing with me. I also think at some point I want to figure out a nice transition where I don't want this tower to just be like sitting on top of this terrain, sort of how it looks right now. As you can see, some of this is starting to just kind of crawl up. But I think we're going to have some amount of terrain sort of wrapping around this. Maybe ice as well could be an interesting one. Maybe it kind of fills up the corners. Like that could be another way we do the transition that I was talking about. We build... Not that one. I definitely like the granite block, but it's maybe a little too bland. I don't know. Ice. Bland too. I don't know. some measure of, there'll be a certain amount of rock that sort of, or makes it look like more organic, like the bottom of this tower is sort of connecting to the overall build itself. Be a little bit difficult on this side, fortunately, with the way I kind of designed this whole thing. Could have popped everything out one more block, but these stairs took me. I started with the stairs, and then I was kind of left with whatever was left. And that has been... They were so difficult to get these stairs placed this way. They're like almost perfectly symmetrical. I was like so obsessed with this effect for the bottom of it that it was just kind of like at a certain point I was like, all right, well now we're just left with whatever's left. Am I allowed to post grounded 1 base pics in your Discord? Yeah, of course. Kind of already did, and it occurred to me afterwards. No, the chat is it's grounded 1 and 2, so no worries at all. And that is freaking insane, dude. What? You built a Yoshi statue? That's so sick. What the heck? Yeah, no, absolutely post grounded 1 and grounded 2 stuff. There's no issues with that at all. Absolutely no problem with that. People are still, especially because people are just playing whatever game right now. Grounded 2 is such a small player base right now that it's like make any difference. Stairs fit the style and reflect the light nicely as well. Fits the build. Thank you. This was like the whole concept of this tower started because of this spiral staircase around the kind of like a floating island. Originally, it was just a floating island. And I was like, all right, that's what I want. I want this floating island with this water column coming right out of the center of it. And I was like, how do you get onto said floating island? And my brain just was like, I love spiral staircases. I have yet to do a cool curved staircase of any kind in my builds. And I was just like, I saw this random, I don't know if I have a picture of it, but I saw this like library that had a spiral staircase, and it was in like one of my precedent images, this like idea I had for the library that I'm going to be building in my other build whenever we're done with this. And I was like, what if we did a spiral staircase? Because like that fits perfectly with this concept. Like there's a little round island with this cool tower coming around it. Like what better way to highlight this island than like a spiral staircase? And then I very quickly was like, well, what if we did dueling, like a helix, and we did dueling spiral staircases? And then it like it had a mind of its own from that point on and became the entire concept. But as soon as because I kind of are stuck with the size that we have of props. So like the whole build started with this placed in the center. And so I had a massive water column coming down from the bottom of the flame altar. So I had this place like right where I wanted it in the room. And then I was like, okay, well now I want like a circle that it's falling inside of. So I guess we're going to use the arches. And so then from there, it's like, okay, that's now the size you have is what those arches are. Like I didn't want the massive arches. They were too big. So then it was like, okay, well, we're going to build a spiral staircase like perfectly around that. And then we're going to build a matching one around the other side. And then it just kind of like came to life from there. Kind of chaos building and randomly doing things. And then I was like, well, if we're doing dueling spiral staircases, what if we did a helix of spiral staircases up the entire tower? Since how else do you get to the top of this massive tower with the current design that I left myself with? It's just kind of taken on a life of its own at this point. But yeah, that's freaking awesome, dude. Love to have you in to take a look in person sometime if you're down. Yeah, definitely. I'm obsessed with upgrading my castle right now. Finally got rid of most of my crashes, so it's been great. Nice. That's awesome, man. Really like it. I think it would also lend itself for a big alchemy room with a large astrolabe in the center with stairs going up around it in the next level. Yeah. I wanted some effect like that. I've just left myself with such a small amount of room that I don't know how to accomplish that at the moment. Originally, the whole idea was that mean, the whole concept of the base is that all this that you see here, the starlight blocks, are going to be a big ice kind of crystal, like a crystal ice structure on top of the flame altar, and the flame altar is melting the ice that provides this everlasting amount of water, essentially. And I've sort of pigeonholed myself into this space is my current struggle. Because the stairs take up this room, the walls take up more room. I messed with making it larger, and the proportions were just really bad. It just felt like this big chunky tower, and I really didn't like the scale and the proportions of the tower any larger than this. I tried a lot of different options, but found that it just did not do just didn't do it for me. It wasn't the right look. It wasn't the right effect. The tower with the idea, because these walls are 3 thick, so then I'm like, I also made it more difficult because the walls are so thick, because I really wanted, I don't want the blue in the middle area. I wanted this to just be kind of a normal wall. We might detail out some of that stuff on the inside with props. But to get the concept we were messing with earlier, with the stained glass effect that you get here, you have to have at least 2 thick to get that effect, to have it behind the ceiling. So I was like, I very quickly kind of held myself into this really small tower shape. And so I'm kind of like, the inside is where I feel like my build is currently lacking. I know the exterior is going to turn out really cool, as I feel like a lot of my builds do. The exteriors are a huge focus. But then I've kind of left myself. That's what I was messing with here, is like, how can I make this into like a room of some kind? And I don't necessarily know quite yet. And I think these stairs actually are going to have to go up to this level. So that might give us a little more room if these stairs continue upwards. But I've also kind of screwed myself with this design, because this wall is holding back the water effect. Well, not really, but... So that'll be a lot of what we're going to have to mess with. You add little pop-out spaces without messing up the scale, possibly. Because like originally in my mind, of course, too, this whole thing kind of tapers as we get higher and higher too, which just makes even less space. So I'm like, that's my biggest struggle with the whole design, is I love the proportions. Any bigger, I just did not like the look of it. And then I committed so heavily to this size that I'm kind of like stuck at the moment. But I built this all out, and then I very quickly was like, well, why is this, like, why would you walk out of here and then drop down? So I think we're going to have to continue this staircase. Essentially, we're just going to do this more, and we'll just keep building it up. And I might have to change the way the water source works or something. I don't know yet. But unfortunately, we're like maxed out on space, because I have so much room upwards, which we could kind of figure out at some point. Maybe the flame altar is not the main location or something at the top. But the flame altar currently, this is the absolute limit. Like, you can't go, there is one block, and then you hit the flame altar limit of the size 2 flame altar. So we kind of like, we have just enough space for the water to be deep enough to where I think it was looking good. So I've kind of constrained myself in an interesting way by the way I decided to do all of this, especially because the flame altar is such an integral part of the design itself. But I think there's potentially ways around that. I just really, originally, the concept was that like the ice block is directly above this piece. But as soon as you get here, maybe at some point we could have the top sort of pop out a little bit to get a little bit more space. But I'm not totally sure yet how it's all going to work. This upper area is where we're going to do a lot of design work in the next couple of weeks. I'm just mostly hoping that in the next, like if this week during streams, we can get these 4 walls finished, because this is very close to how I want the design. I have this vision of these going up and then like tilting and going up over the ice block, or kind of connecting into it in some way, so they kind of feel like they're holding a gem of some sort. And so I don't necessarily know if... I think we can sell the concept with if the ice block is higher than this piece, and we might be able to build out this room a little bit more as we kind of figure it out. Like, we can reclaim a little bit of this space. But I'm not sure. This is where I'm struggled the most with this design because of the way I kind of decided to do the whole thing. Because I love this water effect falling down, but I'm not necessarily sure if this is the be-all, end-all. It also could go outside of it. I don't know. That takes up more. I don't think. The only thing I could do is place these in one more block. But then you kind of run into this issue of, I don't know. I enjoy what's happening here with the water. Like, you spawn in and you're like in a room of water. Just not sure how this whole thing works out. We can't move the flame altar at all. We can move it down, but I don't think that really helps. But we'll most likely, if I can just... Okay, or fall to our death. These are the major things. I'm not necessarily upset about like the inside of the tower just being these crazy staircases, because I really like the way they look, but we have some serious concept work to do on how this upper room ends up looking. Yeah, the struggle is as soon as you do this, then you're like creating this fountain of water that goes everywhere. I've kind of stuck myself into put myself into a bit of a corner, unfortunately, with a little bit of what we're doing here. Struggles of a vertical tower design is as soon as you go vertical, you lose a lot of opportunity to kind of build out. Or if we can make a large capture the flag level 8v8 with 2 of them towers with a flag on top to pick up and bring. You definitely could. Part of the concept that I was working with was that it in theory the tower there would be multiple of these towers. Like, this isn't the only one in the world. There'll be potentially... Originally, I thought of the idea being there was like one of these in each biome, which could have been interesting. I mean, I can't build with one thing. You can't build them in all those locations, but they could be in each of the locations or strategically placed throughout the world to like supply purifying water throughout these biomes, throughout each of these areas. So that's a concept that still works, but you could build multiple of them. In a perfect world, you could just copy this and then paste it somewhere else. That would be really nice. But yeah, my other issue is that my staircase essentially lands, which I didn't naturally think through perfectly. A little bit of oversight on my part, and my perfectionism is probably part of the issue there as well. As always, right? But this will come up. I think we at least need to go till it matches this height, and then it'll feel like we have a little more room. But it's going to get a little weird with how these come up, because the stairs are going to kind of clip through these. We might be able to hide it well enough by just doing, yeah, leaving those one proud, I think. Might work. Some of those finer details that we have to work through in the long run. But we could do that, at least. That sort of fixes a small portion of the issue. But not totally sure how we solve some of the bigger headaches that I've created for myself. Then yeah, you get this thing filling up was the bigger issue. You go into the flame altar, and then you're like swimming instead of it being this curtain wall, which is the effect I was hoping for. or so, but maybe that's why what we do is we remove that concept. But then you don't really know how the water's going down, so you almost need it. Doesn't really make sense if it doesn't have the effect of it coming. I don't know. Some of my decisions are unfortunately cause problems in other areas. I think we could probably at least do that. And we need a drain. Find a drain. Water everywhere. Made a mess. But part of the design challenge at the end of the day is figuring out these little things. A little bit more pre-planning on my part probably would have solved some of these issues, but it's also just a really difficult concept of a build at the end of the day. And water on the bottom here a little bit. Clears it up a little bit, but it doesn't solve the overall problem. Can't really raise it. Doesn't really change. Unfortunately, what I should have done is started these blocks one block out. I don't know why my brain didn't go straight down from here. Don't got no interns for pre-planning? Yeah. I mean, it's a really difficult build to pre-plan. Like, the whole concept of it, to make the spiral staircases. Realistically, I think what sucks is that one block would have been enough to make the difference. Just these... Instead of, if I would have just placed those there and then got rid of that, that's enough to like fix the overall problem. Just because then these staircases would have gone up and they wouldn't hit this thing so weirdly. But that is part of design. You gotta deal with the issues you create for yourself. And I don't necessarily think this takes away from the build. Like, no one's gonna be like, oh my gosh, look at this. I hit my head and walk into a corner. Like, that's, so many people are not going to be paying attention to that, so I'm not necessarily worried about it. But we can at least remedy it a little bit by doing that part of the design. But I think we have to keep this concept where it doesn't necessarily have to visually work, where it goes all the way down, because the idea is that the water comes down and goes through, but like, it reads properly is all that really matters. We all do a bit of hocus pocus in our builds. I just think I liked the overall concept. I should have just built this whole thing down when I started, but it is what it is. We are way too far along in the overall design to like go back and try to build out a whole wall differently. Would cry. Way too much changes. We're committed at this point. Which is fine. I think we can make it work. But I definitely think we have to keep these circle stairs going up a different level. I think that is going to be... I finished them here, and I don't know why. I was like, it has to go up to this level at least, I think. Always wondered why I was jumping down. What was that? You've never seen the best viewers? Those happen all the time. The next stream will probably be doing a bit of work to get these spiral stairs going. These were such a pain. Ugh. This was so much... It had this, like, perfect effect. It was, like, such a precise little design. Exactly like 3 staircases in the center of each one of these flat walls to get it to curve around right. But it'll look good. The whole thing's gonna get weirdly taller too, though, I guess. Didn't see the chat. Oh, yeah. I banned them pretty quick there too. I guess we're going to have to move this thing up, too, when we do that as well. The whole tower is going to get a little taller. But that's fine. I think we'll be able to figure out a way to do it in the long run. But, like, none of this is going to be here anymore. These were just me testing little ideas. Jumped off again. In a perfect world, the idea was that this upper level would sort of feel like an ancient library of some kind. I think we can still accomplish. It's just not going to be very big. My biggest struggle is always interior design. I am definitely much... It's almost like I have a degree in architecture or something. Who'd have guessed? But I tend to think interior last. Especially when building in video games. It's always a lot easier for me to think exterior design than anything else. Got to grab more chests early. Those. Yeah, I think the part I figured out the least in this whole build is its upper floor. Overall design. Definitely left it for the last minute. But being sort of a slight oversight on my part, just not thinking through this upper level. I always wanted it to be a library, but I just quite enough space to quite do it to the level that I want. Doesn't mean we can't figure it out. It doesn't have to be big, necessarily, to get a concept to work. I think a small library. I don't necessarily think I want this to be, like... It doesn't have to be this big, massive library where they're studying all these different books and stuff. It's very particular, so I kind of wanted it like one book with bookcases and sort of that vibe at the top, but it didn't necessarily need to be this huge space with it. I think we can make it work. It's just going to be a lot smaller. And I wasn't thinking there's like Joe had this really interesting idea, and it's like there's so many different people working on this. I had kind of seen it as like one person was studying at the top of this and keeping an eye on this tower. It was like kind of like a Firewatch tower that you see in forests and stuff in the US. There's a fire tower out in the middle of the woods that is meant to alert, and there's one person that lives in that fire tower for a certain period of time. They are overseeing and watching over that specific area. And then there would be multiple of these towers around the world sort of creating that effect. And so it doesn't need a lot of room, but I do think we do need to a certain degree, we need a good amount of detail in this upper area, but we didn't give ourselves a lot of room to work with. So we will see. Not totally sure. I'm not super upset with it. But one of those things you look back and you go, well, kind of make it work. It's design. Doesn't matter what you design, you're always going to design yourself into a corner in some way, shape, or form that you have to figure out. Sometimes that corner is easier to deal with. Everything else works out really well on the build, so I'm not super. Be nice if this didn't. That would look nice. The little things. A lot of this stuff, I think, as we detail and we add props and all those things, I think we'll be able to hide some of these mistakes that I overthink. I'm very, very particular about the way these things, though. In a way that so few people actually are. The judges are going to be like, oh my gosh, look at these cool details. This is an awesome concept. They're not going to be like, look at that one block that is overhanging. Just a little bit over everything else. They're going to be like, whoa, that's really cool to see this little, like, light concept and these little, like, cavities. And look at the back of these and look at all this cool design. And so much of this is I'm overthinking, but so is the life of a designer. All right, it is 10:37. I'm going to end a little bit early. I'm trying to get to bed earlier these days. I've had a really bad habit of staying up past 12 and then having to get up really early with a 2.5-year-old. So I also completely stopped smoking the marijuana as well. So I've been trying to take some sleep medication earlier because it takes me a little longer to fall asleep. So I'm probably going to be ending streams around 10:30 these days, maybe 10:45, depending. Just kind of depends on where chat is. Of course, who knows how things go. If we have 100 people in chat like we do sometimes, you never know, I might go later. Nothing wrong with that. But if chat's a little slow, I will probably be ending just a little earlier than we used to. Of course, Ducky, you didn't know that? You must not have gotten the inside jokes that we made all the time. It's all me and Ooze joke about. But new year, new me, y'all. So I appreciate everyone hanging out. We will be back tomorrow night working on this more. We'll just keep on chugging along. I will be building on this off stream when I have a chance, because I don't want to be waiting in between streams and stuff necessarily. So I'm going to be taking advantage. So you guys will be missing some of these different things as I continue to build, just because I really want. We got to get this thing done. There's no option but to complete it. Yeah, I saw your little panda, Ducky. Very cute. So yeah, I'll be building on and off stream, so you guys will kind of come in and see some new stuff, see some new additions here and there as we continue adding stuff. But I think that's kind of a fun part of the reveal and part of the process. It's not like the mega builds where it doesn't really matter when we finish it. I have to. We have a very strict deadline, and I also have to make a video as well. So we have to make sure we get that video done as well, because so far all I've seen is people walking around, and I'm hoping that I can create a little bit more high level of a video and try to win that as well. How fun would it be to win the YouTube video competition and to win the overall build, or be one of the top 5 builders as well? So appreciate everyone hanging out. I will see everyone tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ebony, thank you for hanging out. Vorlon as well. Ducky, Joe, I am nobody. Appreciate everyone hanging out for the night. We will, once again, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will see you guys tomorrow and Thursday as well. Hope everyone has a great night. Peace out.